Well, hello everybody, and welcome to our show. It's kind of a new show. It's really the same thing, but we're going to break things up a little bit more and allow ourselves to talk about more different things. But this is the Night Owl Show for FanSpeak. Happy to have you here on the Sunday night. Really enjoy you guys giving us some of your time for that. Yeah, we're going to get right into it. And let me come on over here and say hello to our panelists we got in here so far. We got Slick Jimmy. How you doing, Slick?
I'm giving a hoot because we're night owls.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that. That's very nice. And of course, we have the man of mystery himself, the one who snorts lightning and dismisses those who are ignorant. Thundero.
Yes, absolutely. I'm physically cringing at Slick's joke there, but yeah. Other than that,
It was
I'm
cringeworthy.
trying.
It
I'm,
was
I'm
cringeworthy.
trying to give you
It
a kink
was.
in your neck. That was the idea.
It was.
yeah.
I like. I'm happy about it. Happy about it. But all right. So it looks like everything's working over here. Very very nice. Now, unfortunately, with the new format that YouTube has, we can't preempt things like we used to. I think what they've done, guys, is they've gone out of their way to make it extremely complicated to try to get rid of the boomers. I really think they did because I had to go do quite a bit of study to figure out how to get around their loopholes. And I didn't even have to
Hmm.
ask Pixel Trader this time. I'm so proud. But
Oh.
I think they're doing it intentionally. But because of that, I can't preempt stuff, and it's just a bit of a hassle. So if you please share this out. That it helps us more now than ever. I'm not joking. Because usually with 30 minutes ahead of time, I could preempt the show. I guess I still could go dig that out if I wanted, but I have to go create new things, and so I get maybe I'll have to. But what do you guys think about what YouTube's doing in this completely new format that's extremely complicated?
It's not shocking. They've been trying to limit private content creators for a while. It seems they definitely have limited their reach and their money making potential over the last few years intentionally. They can pretend all they want that it's advertisers demanding it,
Mm.
but you're freaking Google. You're the most powerful search engine and internet company ever.
Oh
You
yeah.
control 80% of all traffic in the world. You're going to tell me an advertiser can push you around? Get out of here.
Yeah, no, it is nonsense. I think some of the interesting points I've seen other people make, I agree with, and I think one of those is the fact that they want celebrity here. That's what they
Yeah.
want. They want to turn it into like a celebrity Netflix type of thing. That's their intention. And it's I guess it's their format. They can do whatever they want. We could move over to BitChute or Minds or something if we wanted to, I suppose.
Hmm.
It is what it is. But YouTube is certainly doing their thing. And we talked about this a little bit before, just the other day, and of course before on a TFT. But that Mandela effect thing. It is interesting conspiracy theory. But for me, a lot of it I think is just things being changed on the internet, right? And
Mm.
it's like obviously Google has done this, and people have accused them of using their quantum computers to do that, and they probably did, because we don't see it now. It was like during that kind of stretch of time, and I think they were just testing to see what they could do, right?
Hmm.
So it shows you the level of ability they have because information is power, dude, right?
Yeah. I agree. It's one of the very few things I agree with lefties on. Google needs to be broken up. Absolutely. 100%. They're too powerful.
Yeah, no, it is a bit of a monopoly. Something needs to be done about it, but that is a conversation for another day.
Oh, yeah.
It is a constant battle continuing it on. Of course, they're, talking about conspiracy theory stuff. They are really pushing hard with them and Twitter and Facebook. They're really pushing hard on trying to lean things toward Trump, though, dude. You know, and well, we know this isn't some kind of secret information, but I guess the question for me would be what is the efficacy of that, you think? I mean, they are private companies, you know.
What do you mean? What do
Well,
you
I
mean?
mean, they are doing everything they can to sway the election. shutting
Mhm.
out conservative voices, banning people, kicking them off, lifting up liberal voices to the extreme, right? Lifting up Marxist voices, right? And this is it's obvious for anyone who's paying attention, and of course, the people who aren't, if the only information they're getting is lefty information, well, it's certainly going to have an effect. So, it seems like something you would cry foul, right? It's not right, it's not fair, but they are private companies, right?
No, they're not. Not at all. Every single one of them takes massive contracts from the government. The only thing private about them is the fact that their boards are corporately owned, but their corporate status only exists because the government allows it to exist.
Well, they do get that double indemnity in a way, with protection and freedom. That's true. That is true. I don't know. It's a weird situation, and I don't know what can be done about it. I know that the Trump administration has been trying to do something, but I haven't seen much movement. Have you?
No, it's because they own everything. The only way anything's ever going to be done about it is if either the left does it or the boogaloo happens. Other than that, Google's just going to keep consolidating power until they control everything.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, anyway, we'll leave that there, and we'll maybe talk about that a little bit later. But first, I'd like to get into and talk about some fun stuff. Let's have some fun today, and not put our worries aside. What do you think about that, Slick? Let's just have some fun, laughing at idiots and silly things. Does that sound good, Slick?
I'm okay with
He's okay with that. Slick is eating barbecue ribs, by the way, right now, and he's enjoying himself. It's what 9 o'clock in the morning, so I don't get to have barbecue ribs, Thundero.
That's a shame.
It is a shame, dude.
Barbecue
it. You might
ribs in the
want to make a
morning.
suggestion to your wife
Well,
for
she
dinner.
she made me a very very nice egg mix sandwich with sharp cheddar cheese. It was good. It was good.
You have cheese in Japan? Crazy.
Dude, I have to go far and wide to find proper cheese, dude. It is, but I've been here so long,
Yeah.
I know exactly how to get it now, but it's rough, dude. Cheese, bread, very difficult. You can't find barbecue to save your life, by the way, which is why you make it yourself, which you can do. It just takes time. So anyway, let me come over here and share my screen, so you guys can see what I'm going to do here. Let's see, where is it here? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, okay. Boom. All right. So we're going to start with something a little different for us that we don't usually do. Let me bring that back up full screen so it looks better. And we're going to do something we don't usually do, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I wish Booster was here because he would be better for this. But I'm going to start out with a hammer here, the world's biggest and best metal magazine on the internet, and we're going to look at the 50 best metal bands of all time. We're going to see if we agree or not. How's that? Now, I love metal, heavy metal. I know it's
Me
strange
too.
because,
Fantastic.
well, I was a professional jazz musician, right, for, for a long time, but I love heavy metal. And it was actually kind of neat for me. I was a studio dude back in New York, right? I did a lot of session. They call it session work, right? I did a lot of that kind of stuff, and it's good. You get paid pretty solid money, and you're not the starving artist, right? But therefore, because of the places I were recording, I actually ran into a bunch of up and coming or even professional rock and roll guys, just because they're walking around the place. And I got myself invited to a bunch of parties, and I kind of was part of that scene. So it's very bizarre. I did do a few tours with some rock and roll bands, Pink Floyd type of bands, stuff like that. But mainly I was a jazz session player. But I hung around with the metal guys. So it's weird. It's kind of weird, a little bit.
It's I've always said, one of my music teachers way back in the day when I was a kid told me that metal is probably the most accurate, or not accurate, what's the word, correct version of modern popular music when it comes to like technically correct. It is fantastically made, usually by incredibly skilled musicians.
Oh my God, yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of these top metal guys aren't just metal guys. They can pick an instrument. They can probably play it. Or they can sing as well as anybody. They just choose to sing in a with guttural metal. Uh, and he also told me that a lot of his teachers told him that most likely, if they were alive, Bach and a lot of those great symphonic composers from the
Mhm.
back in the day, they would be metalheads now. That's what they'd be making.
Oh yeah, there's actually a bass player on YouTube. The dude is ridiculously skilled. It's like I'm pretty sure he made a deal with the devil. Pretty sure. Uh, but he takes all those old classic musics on the bass. He's a melodic bass player. That's rare enough as it is. But he takes his old classical music and he turns them into a heavy metal version sometimes. He does like a little series of shows like that. It's freaking awesome. But anyway, the first question here is, who do you think is the best heavy metal band of all time? Now, me personally, I'll go first because it's my thing. It's tough, dude. I would rather pick musicians and make my own heavy metal band would be my thing. But if I have to choose a band, technically it's probably Iron Maiden. Technically, and it makes sense, and that's why Iron Maiden still today has young fans coming out of the woodworks constantly. I mean, they've
Mm,
persisted forever. But my favorite band, I'm going to have to agree with Mr. Dave over here, Man of War, baby. I love Man of War, dude.
pretty
Love them.
good.
Yeah, I love
Pretty
Man of War.
good.
What about you, Slick? Slick,
Well, it
drop the
depends.
rib.
It depend. Sorry. It depends on what you consider heavy metal. Now, I mean, there are some people that consider stuff like, AC/DC heavy metal, which I think is just like a revved up blues
I
band.
don't think so. They hard rock. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Let me think. I I can't. I mean, I know there's the satanic vibe, but I like Slayer.
Slayer's cool. I've enjoyed me some Slayer, but they're not melodic enough for me. What do you think, Thundera? What's your favorite?
I can't pick a favorite. I'm the type of person, I don't really, generally speaking, care too much about artists or bands. I care about the art. Um, I've never found one that I just love every single thing they've ever done,
Oh, well, that's
and I've
true.
never found one where I even like most of the things they've done. They usually have a few gems here or there that I'll really like, and the more of that I find in a particular band, the more I'll like that band.
Mm,
But it's I don't under. I've never, just personally, this is just my own personal opinion. I've never understood people who like stan, like really hardcore fan, idolize a specific band. My cousin was like that
yeah,
with Tesla. He loved them, just absolutely loved them. Would follow them all over the country. I'm like, I don't get that. But for me personally, I don't have a favorite, just because you know it's just not possible for me to pick, because I would have to narrow it down to a favorite song and then go with that band, because
yeah.
that's how I look at it. I look at it based on the art, not on the artist.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that. I mean, like, it's kind of like asking who's the best heavy metal voice. Is it Halford or is it Dio, right?
Yeah,
But anyway, I mean, I've
it's
enjoyed Halloween a lot too, but I'm not like a crazy fan for them. But AC/DC is rock and roll according to them. Dave says, yeah, I believe so. Primus is not heavy metal at all, Roger. Although I do love me some Primus. They actually used to perform before they were real big. They used to perform at the Rocky Point amusement park. At the night, they used to do like concerts at night all the time. I saw Primus so many times when I was a kid. They're a great band. Love the bass player, but they're not heavy metal at all. Not even. But anyway, I'm going to start moving down this before I just start talking and not actually get into the point. 50 best metal bands of all time. Let's see if they're right. Number 50, Kill Switch Engage. I have heard them before. Have you guys?
yeah. I would no.
I don't see. I
Yeah,
don't know if they're really heavy metal though, man. They're like
That's the
grunge
well.
rock.
This is just metal in general. This isn't heavy metal specifically.
Ah, you're right.
But I would say they are metal, or at least they have enough songs that are metal. They're good. I'm not going to say they're not good at all. They're great actually, but I don't know. It's hard to put them in that top 50 mark for me.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard a couple of good songs from them though. I'm not going to hate on them. That's for sure. But
Yeah.
and Chad, keep up, man. If you got opinions on it, throw them out. And if you're like Roger, I will tell you you're wrong. But I love Roger though. I love Roger. Kill
he,
Switch.
he he
Okay.
is literally the best. The
Yeah,
best.
Roger's a very awesome human being. Yeah. Halloween number 49. What are you freaking kidding me? They should be in the freaking top 20 at least. What are you talking about? Halloween. How many good albums do they have? 58? I don't know. I mean, Jesus. Let's see. Dave says, Maiden, of course, Maiden. Maiden. You can't have a conversation about
Look at
Maiden.
that.
Megadeth, Metal Church,
Ooh,
Grim
Megadeth.
Reaper. I don't know Grim Reaper. I've heard Metal Church though before. How come there's
I don't
no
know Grim.
Lemmy in there?
I don't know Grim Reaper either. Actually,
I
I
don't know them.
probably do, and I'm just not remembering because that's how my brain works. Let's
How is
see.
Halloween
What?
49, dude? These guys headline prog rock for how many decades? Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Slick. I'm offended.
Well, I mean, you know, they don't look really metal, so I think that's probably why they're doing it.
Oh no, dude. Heavy Halloween is mega metal, dude.
Well, I know they sound that way, but don't you know their style wasn't the kind of.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But they did have that concert. What was it in Czech or Romania or Poland maybe, or somewhere over there where they had Rush was the head ticket. But then they had like Halloween, Iron Maiden, Ozzy Osbourne. It was like what? Why? Why are they together with Rush? I mean, Rush good band, but they're not heavy metal at all. Let's see. I love Kiss though. Dude, Kiss is a great band. Once again, they're a rock and roll band. They're not really a metal thing, but I would say that they were part of the zeitgeist of it, though, the inception of all of that. I think, because who do we blame for metal? I really think we got to blame Judas Priest, right?
Um, who do you blame for metal? You blame the Catholic Church for metal. But who do you blame musically? That's
Yeah.
a good question. That's a debate that's raged forever. Like, where do you actually define it? Some people define it with Sabbath. Some people go further back. It really
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
depends
Say,
what you, because metal is so vague and arbitrary. Really, it is. That's why there's so many different genres of it.
I mean, is
Um,
there really a flashpoint for metal? Say, like there is for punk. There's kind of a flashpoint for punk.
well, like Iron Maiden
Is
was
it?
a punk band before they became a heavy metal band when they went
Yeah.
from Paul to was it guys Dave, the new guy, the new guy. He's been around since the '80s. But yeah, no, punk was certainly probably an impetus to it, I would say. But no, Thunder is right. It's Black Sabbath. It is most
yeah,
blacks. It's Tony Iommi. Um, just before he went to go and play with the band for like the first time, he was working in a metal shop in Britain, and he cut the tip of his fingers, two of his fingers off. So he had to relearn how to play guitar with these little fake leather knobs on his fingers, and therefore he kind of chorded a lot. Now, of course, Iommi is a guitar legend. If you don't know who he is, he might not be the Yngwie Malmsteen or Steve Vai as far as the articulation, but the dude is. I mean, how many riffs has that guy created? Literally, they say he has bags of them, and I think that's a
yeah,
truthful statement. But because of his damage, that's why they had that sound. So, how ironic is it? The heavy metal sound probably came out of a industrial accident.
perfect,
Yeah, it is
perfect.
perfect, isn't it? It is
Serendipity.
serendipity, baby. Bruce Dickinson. Oh, sorry,
And,
that's right,
and
not Dave. It's Bruce
it
Dickinson.
didn't
Yeah.
it didn't cost an arm and a leg, but it did cost two fingers.
It did, dude, but it's a very interesting little set of events, though. And of course, the original Sabbath is a lot of fun, and Sabbath continued to do a lot of great things after Ozzy left. And I would even argue, I know this is going to be blasphemy, so you guys can, strike me down from where you are. I think Sabbath after Ozzy's better. I prefer them.
Uh, I don't know about better, but they're definitely very good.
Dude, when they had Ronnie James Dio in there, they were badass.
Yeah,
They pulled him
but
over from Rainbow, right?
I mean, of course they were.
They were badass, dude. They were badass, and of course he and Ronnie and Ozzy were constantly throwing jabs at each other. Freaking Ozzy, he hired a midget to go on tour with him just to pick on Ronnie James Dio. What a dick, right? What a dick. But yeah, Bruce Dickens is a metal god, Dave. That's right. And a music reporter coined the term heavy metal listening to Jimi Hendrix play live. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, the thing about Jimmy is, his albums are fine, and he was much better live performer, though. He really was.
Yeah.
But people give, I don't know, this is once again sacrilege, but people give Hendrix too much credit. They really do. He is important to creating all the pedals and all that kind of effects. He was like
Hmm.
an actual inventor in that field. So he's important to music without question. But dude, if you're going to create a list of greatest guitar players, he's not even in the top 100. He's not. So,
Probably not, especially considering when you think that the guitar is a very versatile instrument. So there's there's different versions. There's the electric and the acoustic. Then there's different versions in that too. Bass guitars are guitars. You can do all kinds of different things with a guitar. It's one of the oldest instruments there is. Just different versions of it going all the way back to Greek times. So yeah, you're probably correct. Actually, he's probably not in the top 100.
no, he's
I
not.
love Hendrix though. I think he was fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
he's fun. He's an
but
innovator.
just objectively, you're probably accurate. I would say.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I,
Right
I
through the
will say
picking on
one
the
thing about
spelling. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say one thing about Hendrix is he has a very distinctive sound. You know it's Hendrix when he's playing and when he's
True.
singing to me.
That is true.
So
Yeah, it is true.
It's true.
And Dave says that the heavy metal falling from the sky, it was not meant as a compliment. That's interesting. And me, Grimlock King 83, and I are about to butt heads. He says Maiden was never punk, you fool. Dude, go back and listen to the original Maiden when they had that Paul guy with the Italian. He couldn't hack and he was drinking too heavy, and they had to kick him out. And that's when Bruce came in. Dude, go listen to the original Maiden. They're absolutely a punk band. Absolutely. Without question. I will fight you for that. Now, I know that's usually booster stats, but
They were never officially a punk band,
they go listen to it though.
but it did sound very punk
Yeah,
at the start.
very punky, dude. Very, very punky.
But it's nowhere near what they became, and
you
what they
have to
became is
listen
amazing.
to Chester. He played at CBGB's.
Dude, I've played a lot of big gigs, man. I've stood in front of hundreds, 120,000 people. So you listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. But that's definitely true. Maybe they were never officially punk, but they sound very extremely punk sound, and they were cool. And I think that's why you had a split. You got a lot of people who love the original Maiden, and they can't stand the Bruce Dickinson era. Me personally, I'm all about Bruce. I love Bruce Dickinson. That's one of the hardest working humans on the planet, dude. If you go look at a documentary or something about Bruce Dickinson, that dude's impressive. Impressive. That the band Prong was not be in any top list categories, but I really like their music. Cool. Sepultura, which I never could pronounce that name, but they're definitely going to be on this list though. Pantera, yeah, sure. Sure, it's all brilliant. Motley Crue. Well, now we're not even getting on the list. Guys, this could be a long show.
Pantera probably has the most metal of all songs of all time, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best. And that's just with respect. It's ridiculous how deep it hits. Just like you can feel it. It's like he's puking.
Mhm.
It's so guttural.
It's fun though. It is
Oh yeah,
fun.
it's good.
But Motley Crue, glam rock. See, here's the problem. I've seen Motley several times in concert. I've seen a lot of those glam rock bands in concert when I was a kid, and they were a lot of fun. The girls liked them, and that's why you went. Because you go to a heavy metal, real true heavy metal. There's some chicks there, but mainly that's not the scene, right? You go to the glam rock, the chicks are. It's a wonderful world, dude. A wonderful world. So I have nothing but love for Motley Crue, man. Nothing but love. Are they true heavy metal? Is Def Leppard heavy metal? Is Van Halen heavy metal? Because they're all the same category, right? I don't know.
I'd say they're on the edge of metal, but I don't think so.
Interesting.
I think they're straight up. I think they're straight up rock and roll.
I think so,
they
too.
are classified as one of the many infinite genres of metal, but I don't consider them metal. No.
No, not really. But I mean, they're cool though.
Yeah, they're
now
fine.
Yeah.
someone like Ronnie James Dio, he hates glam rock. He
Yeah.
and is they're those core hard rock guys. He hates it. He thinks it's a destruction of or music in general. I mean, that guy cannot stand that kind of crap. And I get his argument. I do. I understand it. But dude, it was cool. And the chicks lost their damn mind in Motley Crue, dude. Lost their damn mind. All right. And there's something to be said about it. Me, Grimlock King, we're button heads again. All right. Hendrix, not top 100, easily one of Chester's top 10 bad takes. Dude, he's important. He's fun, but as far as a technical guitar player, he's not. He's not.
Well, see, the reason I say he's not is because I'm going broad with it. If we're talking about just electric guitar, yeah, he's in the top 100. If we're talking about guitar, the instrument that's existed for who knows how long, no, he's not. Definitely.
Yeah. The best guitar player on the planet right now is Tommy Emmanuel. He's an Australian. You never heard him? Go check him out.
Hendrix is no Django Reinhardt.
Django, that's a wonderful story too. Dude, you're distracting me. You in the chat. Cold Chamber. Yeah, that's a fun band, dude. The first Maiden album was good. Remember Tomorrow. Yeah, no, I like the first album, but it's definitely Chester wanted to join Gwar. Yeah, I would want to wear a cod piece on stage. I agree, Eric. God, cod pieces are the thing, man. They're all the rage. Mars and Six know how to write catchy riffs. I tell you what. Yes, they do, dude. I'm a
Chester,
Motley Crue fan, man.
Chester,
Yeah.
Chester would want to wear a codpiece that shot lava semen. It would be so awesome.
It would be awesome, dude. I'd do that shit. Glow in the dark shit. That'd be awesome, man. Deep Purple. Shut up, Roger. Shut up. All right, here we go. Moving down. 9 Inch Nails. Oh, wow. Is that really? Wow, really? Aren't they like the epitome of grunge rock? I mean, are they really metal?
No.
No, dude.
I mean, that's pretty easy. No, I mean, they're great. I love 9 Inch Nails, but they're not metal.
Maybe we'll get to our steampunk artist of the year, Marilyn Manson here soon. Trivium. I've never heard of them, dude.
Either.
Huh. They look serious.
Apparently
They look like serious Europeans, though. They ain't fucking around, dude. Yeah, very serious. Faith No More. Who made this shit? Someone needs to kick this person's ass. Let me go check this in. This is Hammer. This is the greatest heavy metal magazine on the internet. Really? Who wrote this shit? Let me check this out. Dude, it was written by a ton of people. Marilyn
bunch of
Adelson,
people.
Eleanor Goodman, Alice, a lot of girls. Why are you asking girls about metal? Huh? Huh? Jesus, dude. Faith No More. They got a couple catchy tunes, but dude, if these guys are metal, then Bo Diddley's freaking metal. Yeah.
I thought you knew that you have to ask girls now about anything that was originally a man's thing.
Yeah, no, I don't ascribe to that. I'm old enough to not give a shit. They're slick, but that's ridiculous. That made me laugh though. In Flames, never heard of them. Five Finger Death Punch. I have heard of these guys. I have heard of these guys.
I like them.
I don't like them though. I don't like them. It's nonsense. Yeah. Now it's weird because
Yeah, I know.
Motorhead's been mentioned in the chat. Very good, Roger. You're starting to get on a better track. But Lemmy can't sing worth shit either, dude.
Well, I mean, they're going to show up. And again, here's the thing: when you hear a Motorhead song and Lemmy sings, it's utterly distinctive.
Yep.
Yeah. He can sing. He can sing his songs, right? He can sing Lemmy songs. He can't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give him an opera to throw out, right? Like I don't think he's pulling that out.
Well, it's like Mick Jagger, right? Mick Jagger can't sing "Save His Life," but it's a thing, mega popular, and so Five Finger Death Punch, I know of them, and but they're not my thing. Sepultura, which means the worship altar of the church, I guess. These guys I know, of course, I know who these guys are. So I'm surprised they're so low. Actually, you'd think they'd be higher.
Yeah, I got to see who's at the end of this list. We might have to zip through here.
Yeah, okay, let me get through. Anthrax, yeah, okay.
Anthrax is-
And once again, a little bit of glam rock, but Anthrax had some good
That
tunes, man.
yeah,
that is not a great picture. I'm sorry.
That
it
is
is
a
a
really
really
bad
bad
picture.
They're doing their best to channel AC/DC's look a little bit from like the 70s.
Yeah, no, I love the dude on the end. He's got the Bruce Dickinson shorts. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
great.
yeah. Within Temptation, never heard of them. Because one of these things, I got to go to another page. Why
Oh
can't you
boy,
just put
yeah.
it all on one page? All right, Motley Crue,
Ads.
40.
Yeah, nah.
I like Motley though. See, there we go. He deserves to be in
Wow, he's
every
that high.
category.
Wow,
Every
that's
category.
really high for Manson. I think I would
He's-
put him. I would put him in the 20s probably.
Manson though, he's smart. He is an ugly toad man. And he found a way to get. It's like Lady Gaga, right? She knew she had a crazy, incredible voice. She does. She's a really good singer, right? But she's not pretty, dude. She's a very unattractive woman. So what does she do? She makes herself this weird freakoid that everybody can't stop looking at. And now, of course, she
And
doesn't
ape
do that
and
anymore
then
because she's famous.
aped Madonna's style, and then once people started paying attention to her, she started singing with that real voice of hers, and you're like, oh,
Damn.
holy shit.
Yeah, damn, dude. Because she can sing. Aguilera is another one. She did that stupid pop stuff for years, and then finally we got to hear her sing, and she's probably the greatest singer of her generation, right?
Yeah, and she's good too. And then the little Ariana Grande can sing her ass off,
She
but
can.
she sings all that bubblegum pop bullshit.
She's a dipshit, but she can sing. Yeah, a lot of people got away. Now people misunderstand. I'm gonna say something. You guys tell me what you think. This is because okay, let's bring Ziggy Stardust in. All right, David Bowie, because there was certainly some metal feel from early Bowie, right? Now, people don't understand Bowie because they throw him into the category of always trying to be weird. But I think David's different. Every one of his albums, he played a different character. He always played a character because I think David Bowie wanted ultimately to be an artist. He's an artist. He's not a singer at all. He's an artist. He just uses music as his medium.
Did you ever catch him live?
No, I wish I did though. I wish I did.
Dude, he is like, when they talk about magnetism, holy shit, dude. I mean, it just like blasted off of him. He knew how to work a mic as good as anybody I've ever seen. Maybe Bono is close. But I mean, the area that I saw him in was just by chance. See, they were shooting a video in Vegas, and he and Reznor were there doing "I'm Afraid of Americans." They did a 4 set, and I was walking on the street and heard the music start up, and I walked down there, and there he was, and I thought he was an impersonator, and then turns out no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I would say Manson. Getting back to Manson, who we're looking at.
Sorry, got off on a tangent.
Yeah, I don't. Chester just went off talking about David Bowie. I don't know why, but I would say Manson deserves a higher spot just because I'm the generation that made Manson famous, and he was huge. He was a true rock star in the age when rock stars were dying.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, or indifferent, he was loved and hated at the same time, which is exactly what every rock star wants to be. And he was a cultural powerhouse, bigger than just about anyone at his heyday. I'd say probably anyone for a couple years there. So it's shocking that he's this high. That's why I really want to see who's lower, because I would have put him easily in the 20s, maybe even higher, just because of his influence on music in my life.
Man.
Because of
There's
how
a
long
whole
he's
bunch of
been
people.
how long he's been like a huge cultural force. Pretty much my whole teenage years until he's kind of petered off now, but for I don't know, to 2005 at least, he was really powerful as a presence.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree. He's got some
I don't
great
know.
catchy
There's a
songs,
lot
too.
of other people. I mean, he had stuff that was catchy, but did he had a presence for years and years and years?
Yeah,
I can't say
15,
that he did.
20 years, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking like somebody like
he fell into a hole at the end, but it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move along, I guess.
I'm moving along. Deftones. Oh, come on, Jesus! What the hell is wrong with you? Oh God. Disturbed. Okay, fine.
Oh
Emma
my
Memarath.
God.
Yeah, sure. Paradise Lost. Okay. Sabaton, of course, absolutely.
Sabaton. Now, I would not put Sabaton lower than Manson. Come on. Come on. I love Sabaton, but
We're
come
going
on.
up. We're going up. We're not going down. They're
Well,
above it.
34. Lower. Under.
Yeah. Oh, higher. I
Under
see. Yeah,
39.
higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Sabaton's a fun band. Ghost, don't know them. Typo Negative, don't know them, but they want to be vampires. It's clear.
Oh,
King Diamond,
Deftones.
only 31? Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh,
Talk about
look,
an influencer.
Whew,
That was
that
bad,
broke
dude.
me.
That was
That
bad.
broke me.
It was bad. Yeah. It's like Faith No More, Deftones, it's so metal. King, how come
Good
King
Lord.
Diamond is only 31? Are you kidding me with this?
This is what happens when you let women make decisions like this.
It is. Don't let the women. This dude is a huge influence on metal. Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know someone
Yeah,
who better damn be in here is freaking Lawless, dude. Blackie.
Yeah.
They better have Blackie in here, so I'm going to protest.
It'll be there.
I'm just waiting for Kid Rock. Get ready.
Get ready. You
They
know
got
it's gonna
Deftones
be
in here.
now. Here we go. Rage Against the Machine.
Oh God.
Are they metal? I don't think so, but I don't mind them being here. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they certainly had an edge, communist edge, but an edge.
Oh, they're Marxists for sure. These guys are super lefty SJWs, yeah. But their music rocks hard, dude. It rocks hard.
See, that's tough because I love Rage. I remember literally listening to one of my best friends growing up and his mom argue back and forth of whether he was allowed to even listen to Rage. But I don't know. Are they metal? Like, are they? I don't think they are.
I don't think
they're
they
great.
are, but
They're hard rock, but I don't think they're metal.
no. But this list obviously doesn't know what it's talking about. Grimlock and I agree on that point for sure.
Yeah.
Linkin Park. Huh. Once again, it's the same kind of category of music. It's more of a grunge rock. It's not really metal, is it? They do rock hard though. They do rock hard. Nightwish. I don't know this band at all.
Another vampire band.
Yeah, clearly. I wonder if Evanescence will be in here. Meshuggah. I don't know, dude, but damn, that's a good name. That's a good name.
Yeah,
Chester
that's a good.
expects
I
Benny
don't know who
Goodman
they
to
are,
be
but
in
I'm
the
gonna have to
top
look
five.
them up.
Shut up, Nick. Alice in Chains. Oh, here we go. Once again, grunge rock. Yeah.
Apparently, they're classifying grunge as metal, which it's not.
It's not. Yeah, they call it metallic tinged grunge. Does that categorize as metal though?
Metallic tinged grunge.
It's grunge.
It's just grunge.
It sounds like
Just
grunge.
grunge.
It's just grunge.
Alice is one of the better grunge bands. I actually like Alice better than Nirvana. Although Nirvana did put out some good pieces. Mastodon, baby. Yes.
Mastodon is the shit. I like them.
Yeah.
I like Mastodon, man. Yeah, they're good. These are just ugly hometown boys, and they're kicking some ass.
You're in the server, Grimlock. Get in here. All you have to do is hop in the waiting room, and I'll pull you in if you want.
Yeah, come on in here, Grimlock, dude. Happy to have you, dude. Avenged Sevenfold. Never heard of you, dude, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. All right.
You've never heard of Avenged Sevenfold? Holy cow.
No.
Yeah, they're pretty big right now. I wouldn't put them at no 24, not even close. I don't even know if I put them in top 50, but they're there. They exist.
Yeah. Dave says it's just bands that have electric guitarists. That's probably true.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Korn. All right, now.
Yeah.
Korn. Korn's definitely metal. There's no question about it. And they were huge. Dude, they were on the frickin' Simpsons. That's how huge they were.
Yeah, their time in the late 90s there was It was great.
I love that. I love that coat he's got on. I know.
It is cool.
I like it.
But
It's
Mike,
cool.
you guys hear a butt coming, right? You hear it coming. Do you like Korn though?
Yeah, I do. I always have.
See, I've never been a big fan of Korn. They're metal.
Always.
Cool name.
That is actual '90s metal, not the other nonsense they were talking about.
That's
Korn,
true. That is true.
Manson. I'm sure they're going to show up, but a few other examples. There he is. Let's drag him in. He's going to yell at you, Chester. Get ready.
I'm ready, dude. I ain't afraid of
Muted
shit.
though.
Hey, Grimlock, what's going on,
sir.
dude?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. So go ahead, postulate yourself. Go ahead.
I had to jump in this.
All right, well, dude, give us your
Well,
opinion, man.
no. Okay. My first thing is the one of the biggest problems. What's up, man?
Yeah, go ahead, dude. You're fine.
What one of the biggest problems with metal is that there's too many genres.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
It's been divided up like to ridiculous lengths. And then the second thing is that too many people think that anybody that plays remotely heavy is automatically metal, which is complete BS.
No, it is. I mean,
It's like
I agree. Yeah, but the thing with metal is, like if you're listening to say Korn, and we're talking AC/DC, and you put them side by side, they're clearly very different. And AC/DC
is not metal.
No, they're not. They're hard rock. They're great. I love AC/DC, especially with the second guy. I seem like second guy's better. But I think my point is, I think your
like
ear
Brian
can tell
Johnson
what's metal.
better.
What?
Yeah, well, most people don't know the difference between hard rock and metal.
Well, I do.
The people who made this list clearly do not.
Do not. It's true.
Well, again, just because there's too many. There's too well. See, the thing is, Deftones is included because of Korn, because they was part of that early '90s new metal wave.
Oh man,
I love the Deftones. I don't know if I would exactly call them metal, even though they are heavy as hell. But I wouldn't always call what they did metal.
No,
that would be like calling Tool. That would be like calling Tool metal.
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
exactly.
Definitely not.
Tool's,
yeah.
Tool's heavy, but they're not metal.
Let's throw Jethro Tull in there into the mix too, shall we? Yeah, let's do that.
No,
Yeah.
no.
But this list is a bit wonky. But whatever. I like second guy better. Chester taken out of context. Yeah, there you go, Eric. There you go. All right, here we go. Guns N' Roses.
There's Booster, just in time to talk about metal.
I don't know where the hell you been, dude. We've been talking heavy metal today in our first segment.
How are we doing? What are we doing? You got a new stream? What's happening?
Yeah, we're talking heavy metal. We started our first segment. We're doing music instead of other stuff.
I like music. What are we doing?
Heavy metal, you dumbass. Wake up.
Yeah, I heard you say that, by the way. What specifically?
Well, we're looking at the supposed from Hammer magazine, the greatest heavy metal magazine on the internet, according to them, their top 50 list of heavy metal bands, and it's bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah. What have they got?
They got Faith No More. Faith No More is on the list.
Oh, okay.
Faith No More is a great alternative, not metal.
Yeah, not metal at all, dude. Not really. Grimlock. Not even a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we're talented, and what's the front man's name? I forget what he's called. He's a good voice actor. You know how many zombies he voices? He does all sorts of stuff like that. And they always change their style every album. I appreciate that. It's cool that they're experimental, but metal?
No, definitely not.
Really?
Nick C says, Booster, you're missing Boomer Talk 2020. Shut up, Nick. God. All right. But right now we're talking Guns N' Roses, who are 23rd on this list, with, of course, the legendary Slash. Unfortunately, I never got to meet these guys. I met a lot of heavy metal legends, actually, back in the 80s, but I didn't get to meet these guys. They stayed on the West Coast primarily. I didn't get to meet Maiden either, which really sucks, man. But anyway, this is definitely metal. Is anyone going to argue that Guns N' Roses is not metal?
I think they're
No,
a
yeah.
metal hybrid with like hair metal. I mean, they're you know, they're
Well,
the
yeah.
tail end of that stuff.
Yeah,
So
they got a little kind of glam rock on them, I guess. But
Glam.
yeah,
If
you like
I'm
Guns
not
N' Roses?
mistaken, didn't yeah, I like Guns N'
I
Roses.
I like
Um,
them a lot.
Didn't they get their start because they were fronting for Motley Crue, and Motley Crue was so high and drunk out of their minds that Guns N' Roses were putting on better shows than they were?
It sounds
That's,
about right. That sounds
Yeah.
That's
about
what I
right.
read out of Nikki Sixx's diary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds about right.
That's how Van
That's
Halen blew up in America.
Yeah.
Outplaying a drunken, wasted Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
I think they used to talk about how when they try to get a swig of water out of a bottle, right? It turns out it's pure vodka.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
kind of shit Motley Crue were doing.
Sure, yeah. Well, dude, I did sit down and have me some brewskis with a Mr. Geezer Butler before. I have. Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. Talking about bringing up the old days. But now Van Halen though, that they're not metal, although they're a great rock band. Those
Joe.
guys musically are badass though. I mean, from a musical point of view, they're really it's I think it's all Eddie,
Mhm.
but they're really badass.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
One thing you'll notice, like I was saying earlier, with a lot of these guys that are actually, great musicians or metal or came from that hair era, they're actually ridiculously good
Yeah, right.
musicians.
Yes.
And some of the singers are some of the best vocalists ever in human history. They're
Oh,
that
yeah.
good.
Rob Halford.
And
I mean, come
but
on.
they stay in their lane basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could have and probably would have thrived at pretty much any era in any style of music because they're just that talented.
Now, Grimlock, is Guns N' Roses metal?
Yeah.
All right, cool. It's a confirmed official. Grimlock is our metal expert booster. So you
Mhm.
lost your seat. You see what happens when you
he-
sleep?
He's the middle expert now? Oh god. It's okay. My department's
No.
more like the weird extreme metal anyway.
No,
Come on.
There's no question this guy's
Come on.
metal.
Ronnie Dio, he invented the devil horns.
He did.
Yeah, he's
He
I
did.
literally
huge
just did
metal.
them. I just did them when I saw him, Booster.
Yeah,
Literally,
baby.
I did them.
Yeah,
That's
for
awesome.
his old Italian gypsy grandma. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But now,
That's
how
right.
in the hell
He
do
used
you
to
have?
do the devil horns at people that look satanic, and he caught that on.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But I mean, how
Yeah.
in the hell is Ronnie James Dio number 21? How is he not in the top 10?
Yeah,
Holy
that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, you got Dio,
Well,
you got Rainbow, you got Black Sabbath. I mean, give me a break, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
again, it's the overdite section of metal. They've way overdone it, and now when you look at it, like what's considered heavy today, and back in the day, like Guns N' Roses isn't considered heavy compared to some of the stuff that they do now, but
That's true.
Yeah.
some of
That
it's
is
crap.
true. Yeah. Well, who do you think's the heaviest band right now, guys?
What kind of heavy are you talking, Chester? Are you talking extreme metal?
I
Because
mean, like that
we can
extreme
get-
death metal stuff. Yeah.
because we can get into some weird as shit territory.
Well, I know that's why I put this up. 'Cause I
Yeah.
thought you'd be
See,
on
that-
time. This is for you, by the way. That's
Oh.
how much I love you.
Aw.
Yeah, dumbass.
Oh,
Well,
you gay
Because
motherfucker!
you got. I mean, people forget that rock came from the blues, so a lot of heavy metal musicians are actually good blues players, and
Yeah, that's
it's usually not a surprise where some artists start drifting into the blues, like
Power
Metallica
ballads.
did it, Zakk Wylde did it, yeah, power ballads especially. You've had groups that have gone more bluesy as they've gotten older, and the metal community goes, "Oh fuck that! I wish there was like this album back 20 years ago."
Mhm.
Well, it's different now,
Yeah.
and
Well-
God forbid people learn how to do new stuff.
No, I agree with that. Now, and as a good example of that, I remember I was at this gig, and I was just saxophone player with some band, but they had a whole bunch of blues and some hard rock. I don't know if it was really metal, but Stevie, this is before Stevie died. Stevie Ray Vaughan was up on stage and he was playing with these guys. It was just kind of a jam type of event. It wasn't so
You saw
official.
Stevie live?
I've met and spoken to Stevie. Yeah, sure.
You
I played on
bastard.
stage with him. Yeah. Dude, I was a session musician in the 80s, dude. I'm not joking.
He's like my top 3 of like
Stevie's
the
badass,
people I
dude.
wish I'd met. Him and like Prince and fuck.
Yeah, but anyway, but he was up there playing with, I can't remember who it was, some dudes, but he definitely turned up the distortion, man, and he was going heavy, 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 heavy. So yeah, a legendary blues musician playing heavy, heavy type of rock, it works really well. But Dio is the goat. I do agree with you, Ray Thulu. Uh, anyway, oh god, another page.
Oh, this is how they get you. This is how they
It
get you with
is.
the ads.
Lamb of God. I don't know
Very good
anything.
band.
They're definitely middle. Yeah.
They're
a good
definitely
band.
metal.
Yeah, I'd never heard of
Yeah.
them. They're from Richmond,
Yeah,
Virginia.
they're metal.
Chris Adler, their drummer, joined Megadeth on their last album. It was one of the best albums Megadeth had done in a long time.
Well, now that's a good point you're making. Which are better drummers, punk drummers or heavy metal drummers? It's
Heavy
tough.
metal. I can't stand punk.
I'm not talking whether you
It
like
depends
it or not.
because it depends because there's a lot of really good drummers that they're not as well known. Like Mike Portnoy, who used to be in Dream Theater, is just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
No,
You also have to define better, because a lot of people think better. Or you hear better, especially when you're talking about music like that. They
more
think
articulate, more skilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well,
that's
if you're gonna say technical, you'll probably go like more like Chris Adler, Dave Lombardo, Mike Portnoy, guys like that, and then like punk drummers, they're kind of like they just play hard and fast, kind of like how Lars Ulrich plays,
Yeah.
where there's not a lot of skill. He's just playing hard as fuck.
Yeah, but some of the punk guys are really, really skilled. I mean, if you ask a drummer, like my drummer is really good, and he was a pro drummer. He still kind of takes care of the pro drummers coming to Japan. But for him, Neil Peart is God, and that you don't speak to him about anything else. And I get that Neil is a great drummer. But then again, I can't think of his name offhand. But Queensryche's drummer is insanely good. Insane. I've seen him live several times. The dude is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah. I don't know his
Which
name.
version? Because there's like 2 Queensryches now.
The 80s. 80s with Queensryche. I saw him in the 80s. But that dude was really good drummer. Really, really good. You know who else has a killer drummer? Is Earth, Wind, and Fire. That
I'll
guy
tell
is
you what, there's
really
nothing
good.
more heartbreaking than thinking
Well,
a
that
band
makes
has an
sense, though.
insanely cool drummer and then finding out it's just a drum machine.
Oh, no. That's the Queensryche. That guy, I saw him live,
Sucks
dude.
when that happens.
Yeah, man. Dream
Happened to me a
Theater.
couple times. I was like, well, this drummer's insane. What's his name? His name is Drum Machine. Oh.
Yeah. I bet you it happens too. But Dream Theater
Yeah.
here has been mentioned several times already. These guys are popular. I know who they are, but I've never heard a song from them. So,
They've been around about 30 years.
I just never listened to them, dude. I'm much more of a Bruce Dickinson type of metal guy. I'm that guy, the Rob Halford. That's my style, right? That's what I like, the melodic metal. Death Lever drummer sometimes misses a beat. Too soon, Dave. Too soon.
For as much as I love Typo Negative, they probably shouldn't be on this list. They're one of the greatest goth bands I've ever heard, but I don't know if I would call them metal.
Now, Dream Theater is definitely a metal band, though, right?
Yeah, I was talking about Typo Negative for a second because I saw them on the list, and I love Typo.
Also, I've seen Peter Steele's penis.
Sweet.
Well, a lot of people saw Peter
Fantastic.
Steele's penis in his day.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
It's impressive.
There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah. May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace.
And his penis.
And his penis. Do you like Dream Theater, Booster?
Yeah, I've heard a couple of this stuff. It's crazy. It's like progressive metal, right?
I don't know. I've never heard their song. I know.
They would be. They could be considered that.
Yeah.
They've changed their style a lot since their early days. I mean, Dream Theater was one of the few metal bands who actually had the balls to do a collaboration with Kenny G, and nobody gave him shit for it.
Well, now Kenny's a
Mhm,
great player. Now let's keep that in mind. He's technically technical perfection. System of a Down.
Yeah, but
What?
mm.
but it's just, yeah, they're metal.
Yeah,
They're, I just want you gentlemen to realize they're higher than Marilyn Manson on this list.
This is wrong. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't
I get
know.
some people seem to love
They're
this
higher
band.
than
I
Dio.
can't stand them.
Yeah, they're higher than Dio.
Wait. Okay. Here's the thing: Are they talking about them as just musicians or musicians plus their influence? Because if we're talking about musicians plus their influence, Marilyn Manson should probably be in the top 10 just because he pretty much pissed off every religion in the 90s by himself.
Yeah, but if we're talking about influence, then Dio should be number one.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know,
Well, then you would probably put Sabbath in the top 3 as well, just on influence.
easily. Yeah,
But,
I don't
but
understand the System of a Down thing. Yeah.
I can't.
I'm
Hey!
pretty sure that it's because most of the people who wrote this is probably around my age group.
There are a bunch of women writing this. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
there's a bunch of women on the little panel too. Yeah, just wait,
I'm gonna be honest,
the chick metal's coming.
There he does. It's called.
I'm
Baby
going to be
Metal.
honest. I'm actually sort of actually the only band up here that actually has a woman in it that was on this list was Within Temptation and Nightwish.
Yeah, now they do have.
So,
well, I was
they're-
wondering if they were going to throw Evanescence on the list. I don't consider them metal.
They're not metal,
but they're
not
hard
metal.
though. And I kind of
They're hard
why
rock.
They're not here.
They're not
Yeah.
metal.
That
That would be like putting Chevelle. That's like putting Chevelle on this list. They're hard, but they're not. Disturbed shouldn't be on this list. These are because they don't even consider themselves heavy metal.
Yeah, I agree, Ray Thula. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Booster, who is this deaf thing? I don't know what this is.
Death. This is literally why the genre is called death metal, right? Not because they're the guys who originated the guttural vocals into death metal, right? Basically, death metal. Yeah, exactly. I want cookie kind of shit.
See, I'm not a fan of that though. I don't really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love it.
It sucks most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get the vibe.
Doesn't death metal has the guttural and black metal has the scream, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's great. So Jimmy knows it. Oh my god!
Good job, Slick. You knew something I didn't know.
Like black metal is like Satan.
Okay, very good, Satan. Motorhead number 16. All right.
Yeah, Lemmy.
All right. Gotta have
I would
yourself some
put them in
Lemmy.
the top 10, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as far
My
as
favorite Motorhead memory is when they decided that they were going to have them play live for Triple H's entrance at WrestleMania, and they didn't know the words to the song. He just improvised it.
Lemmy was toasted that night. That was
It's completely flipped.
Lemmy's usually toasted, but he is they are rock icons though. There's no way around it. So Motorhead, good choice.
Yeah, rip Lemmy. Rip Lemmy.
Rammstein? What the hell is
it's
this?
pronounced. I know how this is pronounced because I remember at one of my jobs I met a German guy, right, and he was really into his metal. I was like, oh, so clearly you'd know about Rammstein, and he's like, what is this? I'm like, Rammstein, like Du hast. He's like, oh, you mean Rammstein?
Yes, when you speak German, you're angry.
Yes.
There's no real
That's
reason.
true.
You just must sound like you're angry.
Are they
Du
metal?
hast. Very, yes, they're industrial metal.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. They don't
They're
look
good.
metal. They look.
They're
They
German.
look like a gay pop band.
They
German.
definitely look like this is a terrible
Well,
photo.
that's Germany.
And they all look my age. Interesting.
They're definitely older now, yeah.
Burger Killer.
Kill?
Burger Kill.
What?
I don't know what that is.
Who the
I don't
hell
even know what that is.
You don't. Who the hell
I don't even
is
know.
Burger Kill?
They're Indonesian.
Oh, they're the diversity hire. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, the diversity hire.
I heard of most of the weird, obscure bands that ever existed. I've never heard of Burger Kill.
All right.
Why would you want to kill a burger? They're delicious.
No, if I
Eat a
listen to it,
burger.
I'll get a strike. But
Oh, I'd destroy a
If they,
burger.
if
That's
they
for sure.
look, if they wanted to put a diverse band up here who actually played metal, where the fuck is Living Color then?
yeah, that's fair. That's
They
fair,
put
dude.
some band I've never heard of.
Yeah, but
Let me guess. These are some. This is some two-piece rap metal band.
probably. But I mean, they're certainly not 14.
They put that over Living Color.
They put it over
I-
Dio.
I drag my nuts across the face of these people, of these writers.
There you go, Grimlock. That's how you do. That's how you do. All right. Eric Boyd says there are some death metal bands with female lead singers that scream the guitar stuff. Wish I could remember the names, but it is a thing. Yeah, no, I think we saw a couple.
Arch Enemy.
Not
Arch
good
Enemy is the
screamers.
one that. Arch Enemy, when they had Angela Gusseau as the lead singer, she was legit. She could growl with the best of them.
Yeah, no, why not? It's just a technique, I guess. It's just not my thing. I don't. What the hell? What? Why? List? Hammer.
Kill.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in you, Hammer. All right, Megadeth.
Yeah, this is
of
more
course.
legit. Megadeth.
Here
There
we
we go.
Classic. Been around forever. Opeth. Never heard of them.
Hey, Opeth. Yeah.
Are they good?
Like a progressive kind of death metal band. Mikkel is one of the best freaking screamers out there. He's excellent.
Dude, there's a lot of death metal and grunge on this list.
Oh.
But Mikkel can legit sing too, so don't forget that.
All right.
He can do that too, yeah.
I mean, it's hard to get up there and do that kind of singing for
Yeah,
an hour or
Tool.
two. Here's Tool, number 11.
Yeah.
They're not
Tool.
metal.
They're not metal. I agree. They're not.
Dude,
yeah.
no, they're prog metal, easily.
You think?
They're not prog.
Yeah.
No, they're prog, but they're not metal.
I don't
I
think they're
recommend
metal at
metal.
all. Yeah. They got some good tunes though.
They're heavy, but I would not call them metal.
Yeah, I agree with Grimlock.
I would definitely not put them above Dio or Manson or Megadeth, not even remotely.
Hammer's disappointing.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it would be here. Let's look at our creators of this list once again from March of this year. Merlin
Let's beat them up.
Alderslade, Eleanor Goodman, Alice Patillo, Dan Lee, that's probably a girl.
Denny
Liv
with 2
Hughes,
eyes.
Stephen Hill, Brionna
Steven.
Edwards, and Fraser. So it's mainly chicks on creating this. Baby Metal, are you freaking kidding me?
What?
In the top 10,
Number 10.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
burn the
I'm
list.
stupid.
Burn
I've
the
never
fucking
heard of-
list.
I've never heard of Baby Metal.
They're a little
at all.
Japanese
Fuck.
gimmick band that's a bunch of girls
Above
playing heavy
Tool,
metal.
above Opeth, above Marilyn Manson, above Dio, above Death.
Burn the
Megadeth,
list.
Motorhead. Right?
Burn the list. Hang the writers.
Hang
Forget
them.
forget dragging the nuts. We need to make an example. Hang them.
They're
Hang
not
them
very
and
good.
beat them with BC Rich guitars.
Yeah, they're a gimmick. They're a gimmick. Is what they are. But at least the list gets a little better here. There he is.
Hey, there you
The
go.
man himself.
You wanted to put a Japanese metal band. What the hell? Duran Gray. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he should have been top 3. I'm sorry.
What's the one with the
Judas Priest should have been top 3.
And you said Rammstein looked gay. Chester, what's this?
Oh, he's gay as hell, dude. He's super gay. Yeah, he is a gay guy. Yeah.
Jeez, he's gay as it gets. The reason why that biker outfit now is, kind of synonymous with gay because of Rob Halford.
Yeah, but this is one of the greatest
Yeah.
male singers in history, dude.
I'm not
Yes.
debating that. He's on the same level as, say, like like Freddie Mercury. I mean,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
amazing.
absolutely. Yeah. I'd say his voice has more range and is technically better than Freddie. But Freddie has more charisma. Yeah.
They
Way
definitely
more
can hit them
charisma.
high notes better than
Way,
Freddie.
way more
Oh,
charisma.
Jesus. Rob Halford is
Freddie is
insane,
Freddie,
dude.
man.
What's that song where he comes out and they just have this slow rumble with the guitars and he just comes out and the light this light comes. I remember on the stage the light came and he just hits this ridiculously high note and holds it like for 52 minutes. Fwah!
2 minutes. Good lord.
Without a breath.
No, dude, it was ridiculous. Judas Priest is freaking awesome, dude. They are
That's
awesome.
what comes from being a fellatio master. He can hold a note that
He
way.
can, he can, dude. You guys know the song I'm talking about, right? I can't remember
If
the
I
name
heard
of
it, I would.
It starts out with the
I'm-
guitars like in a low rumble. He comes up, the light hits him on stage. I remember because I've seen him several times, and he just belts out this like I don't know triple C or something, and just holds the damn thing. And when he's up in his upper register, it's pure. It's not a lot of guys in their faults. It sounds like crap, right? But his faults is falsetto is pure and clean, and he just holds that note. And he just my god, freaking Judas, man. Anyway, moving on.
Chester's gay for Rob.
dude, he's badass.
Gojira.
Gojira. That's a
Gojira.
who the hell are these guys?
They want to be Godzilla.
French metal band.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's disqualification automatically.
Yeah, they're not allowed to be French or use Gojira.
No, go get the hell
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Get out. These are young people that made this list that don't really know metal.
Yeah,
Just like all the rest of
they're-
the people who don't do
um,
their freaking research, dude.
They're metal. They're actually really good. I
Hmm.
saw them back in 2009 when they opened for Metallica with Lamb of God, and I never heard of them. But those dudes, when they came out, like after the first song, I'm like, well, these boys better be up on their game because these young guys are. They was
Did they
working their
sing in
ass off that
English
night.
or Scandinavian? If they're singing in
No,
French,
they sing in both English and French.
Yeah, but are they better than Judas?
No,
I mean,
again,
come on,
this
dude.
is a list.
It's freaking Priest, man. It's insane.
No,
It's
this
insane.
list was clearly made by people in my age group because there's no way Gojira.
Slayer.
Raining blood.
Now, Slayer has been around forever, and they're a good band.
Yep.
So, enough said, right?
Definitely, I don't know about seven,
The-
but they definitely are
they're
in a
top
good
10.
spot. Yeah.
They deserve to be in the top of the
They're
list.
very influential,
Pantera.
especially towards
mhm.
Pantera, fucking A, Pantera.
Pantera's a good band. Very, very good band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. I still don't know that I put him. How in the hell is Priest below them though? It doesn't make sense. Slip.
Priest is top 3,
Easy.
and it should have. I don't know
Easy.
what they're thinking.
Easy.
I like
Slipknot is number
Slipknot personally.
5.
I like Slipknot. At least I like some of their songs,
Yeah.
but they're not top 5.
No.
Come on, let's
No.
get serious
I've
here.
always felt they were massively overrated.
Oh my god.
They're
Compared to
weirdly
Priest,
huge.
Dio, Megadeth, and Manson. No, get the hell out of here.
These are the
top
Glamour
five.
magazine fan writers that put these on here. Like, I heard of them
Holy
before. They're awesome. People talk about them. Put them number 5. Yeah, sounds about right.
Again, this is a clearly an American group of writers and people who are about my age or younger. 'Cause
Yeah.
Slipknot is a great band, but they're not top.
No,
Wow.
they're fun, but they're not. They don't belong in the top 10 at all. ACDC.
ACDC.
Yeah, again, I don't think they're metal.
They're not metal at all.
I know
They're
they're
clearly
super
not metal.
influential, and I love them. Like I love them. But are they metal?
No, if they're metal, Kiss is metal.
Maybe, but
Well, wait.
they refer to themselves as rock and roll.
Yeah,
We
they're
still
not
have
metal.
3
Wait,
more.
Well, they are rock and
five.
roll. They're hard rock.
Wait, Chester. If you would consider Kiss metal under these rules, how do you feel about Kiss's disco album?
Dude,
It's
first of all,
very
Kiss is
danceable.
not metal at all. They're hardly even hard rock. Hardly. They're a gimmick band, and they were a very successful gimmick band. ACDC.
Kiss is what women think metal is. That's what Kiss
Yeah,
is.
ACDC is way better band than Kiss, as far as hard rock goes.
Well, and
I mean-
talent.
They put out like the same album every time, but you know what? It's a good album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
I mean, they have a formula and they stuck to it.
Yeah.
Ray Thula says,
it's
"Watch
kind of-
number
it's
one is
kind of
better than
funny
Tenacious
because-
D."
I think
You know what?
I think it's going to be Black Sabbath. I think that's what they're going to put
It
it as.
probably will be, but
AC/DC is kind of funny because they're that band that consistently puts out good work,
Yeah,
but they
no.
stick to their formula, and fans give them crap for it because they're like, oh, they put out the same album. But if you change
I
your
wouldn't want them
sound
to.
even the slightest bit, then the fans also shit on it. So it's like, what do you want them to do?
But see, it's that wackadoodle laying down on the desk right there. That's what AC/DC, all of it right there. That freaking guitar player is insane, dude. Yeah, really good. Have you ever seen AC/DC live in concert?
He has
I have.
this little
Yeah.
move, right, where he hops on one leg as he plays.
Dude, he's insane. He does like a
Yeah.
freaking 20-minute solo. Dripping sweat, flooding the entire arena, just cracking your mind, dude. Angus Young is badass, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
he and
I was
Malcolm
go- I was-
had been playing forever. Like they'd been playing forever, and they had such synergy. So that rhythm section, when he goes off in his stuff, they just keep it going. And it's
Yep.
there's a feeling in an AC/DC concert. At least there was. Now that Malcolm's gone, but and it was just a party. They were a
Yeah.
party band.
Yeah, they are.
And it was so
All right.
fun.
Yeah.
Before he goes on, I want to hear what everybody thinks is the next two pick. The rest of them. Who do you think it is?
Metallica's definitely in this part.
Metallica, Maiden, and Sabbath.
Probably.
Yeah, I
If
think
Maiden is not
so.
up here,
Well, Maiden has to be, and Sabbath has to be, and Metallica can be.
It has to be.
Well, Metallica's
it's
because
pretty
that's
much a
the
given that they're going to be at this point. They're
Yeah.
just because all the other members of the big four of American thrash have been listed. So by
Yeah.
process of elimination.
Well, Metallica has some great songs, and they're a great live band. I've seen them several times. They're a really good live band, but they're a very commercial band, right?
Nick
Well,
D says
again,
Weezer.
Weezer, yeah, dude,
Well,
maybe Nick.
Well,
Zeppelin. Oh,
Metallica kind
dude,
of
don't
fits the
tell me
problem.
Zeppelin will be on this. All right, here we go.
You,
He wants to put Nirvana.
I'm scared.
Well,
I'm scared.
Chester,
Here we go.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin,
Black
for
Sabbath.
some reason, always gets seen as one of the great influences of heavy metal, and people think because a lot of metal bands was inspired by them that they're somehow metal. They're
Who,
not.
Metallica?
No, Led Zeppelin.
No, I get
uh,
that. I understand that. I mean, because Judas Priest, when they first came out, they were basically a Zeppelin-esque band. Because Halford could do the whole Robert Plant thing better than Robert Plant could. And they were very much copying the Zeppelin thing. And then they found their own sound and became, metal. But that's definitely, Led Zeppelin is a huge influence. You're right. But it doesn't belong on this list. And Black Sabbath, number 3, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Oh, get rid of this cockhead over here. We don't want that guy. Get rid of that guy. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Here we go.
What do you got?
Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
And it's the Bruce Dickinson
It's
Maiden,
Metallica.
as it should be. Yeah. Maiden's a great band, dude.
These guys wearing jeans so tight you can tell what religion they are.
That's right. But these guys are pure.
Iron Maiden popularized operatic vocals in metal, and they're to blame for power metal. So no, I don't like them.
Shut up, dude. Maiden is awesome.
They accidentally invented Dragon Force, and so
I'm surprised Dragon Force wasn't on here. Actually.
Yeah, me too, dude. Yeah, me too. And there's no Striper on here.
Actually talented.
Yeah, that's true. But no Striper here either. But I guess the Christians got kicked out. But
Dragon Force could still be number 1.
they could be. It won't be though. It's Metallica, dude. It's got to be Metallica.
Yeah, it's Metallica.
But Maiden, these dudes have put out killer album after killer album after killer album. I mean, come on now. I mean, there's a lot of metal bands that went through slumps and didn't put out good stuff. Priest included, but Iron Maiden just keeps.
And Chester, you was wrong. They never released an album all day. You're thinking of Paul Diano.
Yeah, I'm talking the
And that
original
was
Maiden
not-
guy, the original Maiden singer. Yeah, Paul Diano. Yeah. And he was there for a while. They were very popular. They came out of the rock scene in Britain. And they were becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and he was drunk all the time. He couldn't handle it, so he left his own volition, and that's when they brought in their producers, brought in the pro Bruce Dickinson, who really didn't know if he wanted to do this kind of music, but they convinced him. He came over, and history was made. Right? Yeah.
I do love the stuff. It's killers.
Yeah. Really good stuff, man. All right, and of course,
And-
Metallica.
Ooh, yeah!
Mm,
Give me food, give me fire, give me dabba dabba da!
Yabba dabba doo.
Hey, that is one of my favorite songs to speed to.
Yeah. Very cool. Last decent Metallica album was Justice. I agree. Justice for All in the 80s was, well, that was 80s, right? Or is it early 90s? Late 80s. I think it was late 80s. Yeah, no, I
Time,
agree.
but
Metallica is
they
so
just kept putting out
commercial.
crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so commercial, dude.
Well, that's why is because they largely popularized it in the mainstream more than it had been before. I think, if I remember right, I think Black is still the best-selling metal album of all time.
It was good. I mean,
Um,
they're a good band. I
according-
just
ac-
never won,
according-
though.
According to the recent metrics, they have outsold every other pop act in the last 2 years, including this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah, no, they
So-
make money. They make money. But yeah, you got to kind of look at a thing. Who do Metallica idolize? Maiden.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Especially their drummer Lars. I mean, he is a crazy Maiden fan, dude.
It's awesome.
Lars,
Yeah.
Lars, like a lot of the Euro bands, one of the
Yeah.
big problems with Metallica is Lars. The biggest mouth, the weakest talent in terms of talent.
Yeah, but it is
I think
his
if
band,
Lars
dude.
Yeah, I know, and I think
I
if
have
he
to
wasn't
say-
in the band, Metallica would get a lot less hate than they do.
I have to say I really enjoyed like James Halford's voice. He has a really good like baritone voice. You know, he screams a lot
Yeah.
because that's the style. But if you've ever listened to him sing something else a little more mellowed out,
Oh yeah,
he's got a really good voice.
Yeah, I'm not hating on Metallica, but they're not number one, dude. They're not number
No,
one.
I agree with you.
It's clear. You know.
I agree with you.
Then
This
why
is-
do they have a
somebody-
song called One? Huh?
Well, because you know,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you talk to like
Chick
super
make
duper
nerd.
metalheads, say like Razor Fist from Rageaholic,
Uh-huh.
he rarely even touches on them, and he did a whole series called Metal Mythos.
He's
So if
still
you guys
doing
want to
it.
go see some, the
Hmm.
deep dives on a little more obscure bands, and you know, he did a whole thing on Yngwie Malmsteen, and they didn't bring him in here. You know, of
Well,
course
there's
not
a lot of
singer,
stuff they didn't bring in here, dude. That's true. It's true.
but yeah, like Striper and there's a whole lot. Rainbow.
Yeah, no, Rainbow.
I
that's
was
a good
I
point.
was wrong. Metallica is the best selling. Their album Metallica, just Metallica, is the best selling one of all
Yep.
time.
And you guys remember what I said
But hell-
way down on the list? You remember? There's no Black Lawless on this list. Someone needs their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Someone
Well, there's a lot
needs
of
their
bands
ass
up here
kicked.
that, well, like I said, just for the inclusion of baby metal, they should be hung and beaten with
They
guitars.
should. You got no Wasp on here. You have no Accept. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No, except there's no the baby metal in the top
No.
10.
No,
I mean-
no Testament,
Right?
Yeah, no Testament.
no
No
Overkill.
Man of War. I mean, they're
How
not
do you
top
not
10.
have Man of War? One of the manliest album covers of all time.
Oh, those guys keep putting out lots of great music. They become much more.
Yeah, they
melodic,
did.
but-
They
Yeah.
put out an album last year, I think.
Yeah, no, they've been consistently putting stuff out. They've been successful. They become much more of that. I don't know what you would call it, Booster, but it's much more melodic, dour Viking metal, maybe.
Viking metal isn't a genre.
Well,
That's too close to power metal for Booster.
but Men of War.
Oh, I
I mean,
can't
a
have
great
that.
band.
Oh,
No Gore. How is Gore not in the top 50? I mean, they're a great fun band.
No Gore, no Rainbow.
They're not a great like musician wise, but they are so much fun. Have anybody been to a Guar concert?
No, I haven't. I've
I-
seen videos.
Okay,
I'm
How
not
about
even-
Diplock?
I've been to two
Diplock
of
should
them,
be here.
and they were not in like big arenas or anything. They're just small, fairly good sized venues. But and it's like going to a Gallagher concert, and everything they spray into the audience that looks like something. You can eat, and you usually go with a slicker on, and the girls usually end up pretty much naked, covered in that shit.
That's awesome. That's as it should be. As it should be. That's what I mean. How do you not have Wasp on this list, dude? How? I mean, we're talking about great music. Talk about Blackie put how many great albums does that dude put out? And as far as influence, I mean, it's ridiculous, dude. But Booster, who's not on this list that should be, as far as you're concerned?
Vikernes.
Who?
A black metal musician who murdered his bandmate.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely metal.
Burned down a lot of churches. Oh, very Norwegian black metal. Very.
Oh wait,
fucked up scene.
yeah, those guys was freaking insane.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mayhem. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, Mayhem. Those guys took the freaking skull of the singer that got killed and used it for an album cover.
That's awesome.
I do have to agree that the Death Clock should be at least in the top 50.
Yeah.
Because.
Mm-hmm.
How about you,
Brendan
Thundero?
Skull is ridiculously.
What are you asking me?
Which heavy metal band is that's not on the list that should be?
That's a good question. I don't know. I know that about 15 of the people on this list need to be removed.
Or more.
For sure, because they're not metal, or they don't belong. But that's actually it's hard to
be
say.
on this list either.
It's hard to say, to be honest. I don't know. Somebody said Death Clock, right? I'd say Death Clock for sure.
Yeah. Well,
I just include Death Clock at number 50 because it's a fake metal band that's more metal than a good portion of the bands they have on there.
Well, it's just for me. If we take a look here, and this segment is going on like 20 minutes longer than it should have, but that's all right. I mean,
metal,
I came over here because I wanted to talk about metal music, right? And I came to Hammer, the world's biggest and best metal magazine, right? Right?
No,
and
that's incorrect. That is correct.
Disappointed me. Disappointed. I don't know what to say.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting. It is. But
Pretty
anyway,
bad.
It's pretty bad. Let's move on to our next segment, though, finally. But this was fun, though. Did you guys enjoy that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next week, we're going to talk about the best love ballads.
Oh.
Carpenters should be number one, I would assume.
More than words.
Oh, all right, Mr. Big.
Oh, Pale Morning Star by Insomnium.
Okay. All right, let's switch over. I'm going to do something that I usually don't do, and I'm going to what am I going to do? Where's my brain? Oh, here. I'm going to move over to here real quick. And then I'm going to play an intro for the next segment. You guys ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
All right. So, what happened? Something happened. You guys still here?
Play an intro? I'm still here.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why? Oh, there it is. It took a second for it to come over. All right. So I played the TFT, the Tinfoil Talk intro. So we're going to go into our next segment here, which is Tinfoil Talk. So I thought today, instead of giving these guys homework, and which we of course will do in the future, I thought we just
never did.
I know, but I do. I thought we'd just look at the 25 weirdest conspiracy theories of all time and see if we think they're weird or not, or interesting. What do you guys think about that? Let's do that.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's play, baby.
Let's boogie.
So here we go. This is from The Clever, and they're the premium network, so they must be good. They must be good. All right, let's come down.
Mm-hmm.
Number 25, the flat Earth theory. Now,
straight to flat Earth, baby.
Well, number 25, interestingly, that's I would think it would be higher. Now we've talked about this. We did a whole show on the thing, but I love the art that they chose for it because it looks like some space aliens controlling everything, right? But in general, what does the panel think about flat Earth? Do we have any flat earthers here with us?
Nah. I just think it's rubbish.
I think
if you believe in flat Earth, then you might have a flat head on top.
Yeah. I've said it before, and we're not going to stick on this for very long, but I said it before, but I think what happened was you had some people that found some problems with the science because the math doesn't add up. And instead of jumping to the more general idea. They went extreme with their conspiracy, right? Because clearly you are being lied to, but then again, we can show that you're being lied to about so many things, right? So the flat Earth falls into this, and the chat did put a couple other ones in here from the last. They said Danzig, White Zombie. Yeah, yeah, fair point. But anyway, we're not going to stick on this. We talked about it already. So 24. Now this one I thought was pretty interesting.
What?
Ice Bucket Challenge Satanic Ritual. I didn't even know about this. Read the little excerpt on that, Booster.
All right. Anyone who has spent time on Facebook has seen the Ice Bucket Challenge. We all witnessed this very uncomfortable and skin-chilling act by hundreds of people being done in the name of charity. I even participated in it with my daughter. Oh, humble brag. I'm a firm believer in charitable causes, and the ALS cause is one I support. But a theory exists that there is a more sinister side to this challenge. Many people feel it is a cover for satanic worship recruitment. This outrageous theory has been brought forward by evangelists, claiming that the celebrities such as Oprah, Bill Gates, and Lady Gaga, to name a few, are helping bring more people to this with their popularity. Apparently, according to this theory, everyone who participated in the challenge has been baptized for Satan. Alright.
Well, it's evangelist is what the person said, but they're an idiot. They should say evangelical. But that's all right.
Yeah,
Stupid people
Evangelical
about-
evangelists,
Yeah, what have you.
evangelists.
Yeah, maybe even that's what they were trying to say. This person's clearly not really a writer for the clever. But yeah, I'm going to put my stamp on this one. Dumb. Yeah.
Very.
Well, it's the worst part about it is the real conspiracy was that entire thing anyway was just ridiculous marketing, and they ended up doing basically fuck all with the money they raised
Oh, they always do
for the
right?
charity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was just people wanting to get on board and keeping up with the Joneses, is what that was. But
People being sheep.
this is dumb. Dumb, definitely dumb.
Dumb.
This is much
outta here.
cooler. Flat Earth is way cooler than that. You're not cool. You shouldn't be
Base
24.
flat Earth.
All right, now, oh god,
Get out of here.
Booster. Number 23.
Get away for Shiva!
Why Shiva?
That's what they.
Hello,
She
sir.
was the destroyer.
Yeah, 'cause
Are you
they put the-
interested in creating interdimensional gateway for Shiva?
It's just
They have
funny
a
that
big
it's
statue of
specifically
Shiva outside. That's why they have a big statue. Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
You know what? I would rather be recruited for that than have a Jehovah's Witness knock on my door.
Oh,
Hey,
the
I'm gonna
thing.
say
How about a
right now,
Mormon?
Turn it up.
No, I don't mean any disrespect to Jehovah's Witnesses as people, but it's weird how none of your temples have windows. What's going on, bud?
Yeah,
What's
it's
going on in
weird.
there that we
It
can't
is
see
weird.
in?
Yeah,
Wait, you talking about Kingdom Halls?
Yeah, whatever they call them. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, the Jehovah's are certainly. I don't know how we got on this conversation, but they are certainly annoying because, like, with the Mormons, when they show up to your door, there's a couple of young men, right? And they're very well dressed, and they want to have a conversation with you, and it's not a big deal. But the Jehovah's always show up to your door with a little kid, and they're trying to use that kid, right? It irritates the shit out of me, dude. I
That's
can't
when you
stand it.
kick the child in the face.
Well, I mean, all of our little kids,
Come
you
here
know,
with business.
we keep them caged.
Well, no, I mean,
Oh.
I'm just saying the Mormons are far less annoying than the Jehovah's, right?
No. If you ask one of the Mormon boys, there are women that go around too in pairs. But if you ask them to, like, say, move your refrigerator as a service, they'll do it.
Oh no, they were. They're
All
very
I'm saying
helpful
is
boys.
If somebody knocked on my door asking me if I want to help open a gateway to bring a death god into the world, that sounds a whole lot better than getting a pamphlet for church.
That sounds
Yeah.
metal.
Well, you know,
There.
Shiva's the destroyer and the creator, so his destruction will create
Hello, sir.
creation.
Are you interested in helping in the world?
I think boosters should go door to door
Yeah,
trying to
which-
get people involved in baby metal. I think that's what it should happen, personally.
I was thinking I should just
God.
go in blackface and just do an Indian accent.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
That could go well,
That
I'm
sounds
sure.
perfect. Booster
Yeah.
wanted to do an Ice Cube nipple challenge. I bet he did.
It's
Yeah.
true, yeah.
Yeah. But actually, I do have a little story, Slick, about some Mormon boys. I was in charge of a property, and they were renting a room for the boys as they went around and did their evangeling, right? Well, they're young men, right? And very nice, very
Yeah,
helpful.
we actually evangelize. That's
Yes,
what
they
we
do, and they are very helpful. You are right. But I have actually saved their those guys' life. I saved them because I got a call.
Well, thank you. I'm not joking. Thanks.
Oh no, well, because it was late, dude, and it was I got a call of a disturbance, so I walked over, and they were kind of cowering up against the wall, and there was this drunk guy had a hold of one of the boys by his shirt and was yelling at him and pounding him in the head, and I wanted him to yell at him, said knock it out, and he wanted to bring it over to me, so I knocked him out. But they were like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you very much." So I saved the Mormons. I did. I
Is
did a good
this in
thing.
Japan?
No, that was in Hawaii.
Save
Yeah.
moment.
That was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Do you get a planet?
I wish I did. That would have been nice. All right.
Well,
Did they
Anyway.
at least give you
Actually,
your own special undies? What's going on? That sounds like a shit
I
deal.
should have got a package, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Whoa.
Hadron Collider is the gateway for Shiva. Good,
we'll
dumb
get
or
some Rice Krispie treats. How about
I
that?
don't
There you
think
go.
Mormons are into that.
I don't think so. So Hadron Collider, is it a thumbs up, thumbs down? Is this a good conspiracy or not?
Thumbs up. I love it. I want
love it
I want
too.
to
It's
bring
an
Shiva into the
interesting.
world.
It's an interesting
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah,
I love
I
it.
don't know about for Shiva specifically, but it is weird how
it is weird.
much
Yeah.
weird ritualism they have around that thing.
They do have a lot. It's certainly questionable,
Yeah.
and they say weird things. But this is a thumbs up. Dumb, very dumb.
Dumb. Get
Not
out of
dumb.
here. Satanic
Alright.
ice. Lame.
All right, booster guy.
California drought manipulation. It's funny how climate change only affects California.
Yeah, yeah, it is interesting, and it's also interesting they're showing chemtrails, and that has nothing. This article has nothing to do with chemtrails, but the reason why California is having drought troubles is the same reason California is having blackout troubles. Democratic leadership, green projects,
And
Yeah.
God is pissed at them
and God is angry. Yes, that's right.
for legalizing pedophilia.
That's right.
Isn't
Yeah.
it kind of coincidental that they legalized pedos, cuties came out, and now California looks like a hellscape?
Yep.
Have
Yep.
you?
Good. That's a good one. I like
They're
it.
I'm
trying to convert me over there.
I'm gonna say it looks pretty freaking metal in California, though.
It does. Yeah.
That orange sky.
Yeah, some of those shots, you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
no, seriously,
Just drive through there playing the old heavy metal soundtrack.
Yeah, right. But no, seriously, the thing with California, the reason they don't have water is because they sell the water out to big companies and they take it all, right? That's the reason. And you as a
And then
citizen,
California,
well, no, seriously,
and then
you as a
California tries
citizen-
to buy the Western water from us.
Yeah, no, that's right, and they try to ship it in. But if you as a person are overusing your water, they'll come and fine you, even though they're selling out your water, right? They have all these solar energy and wind farm things for their energy. It doesn't maintain, especially on dark days and nighttime, right? And they can't maintain their grid, dude. This is bad management. It has nothing to do with nature at all. It's you dumbasses. So thumbs down on this one. What do you guys think?
It's lame. Thumbs down.
Yeah, that's more idiocy than anything.
I think on this one, it's thumbs down, but I do think that there's a lot of idiotic stuff around the very idea of the droughts there, because we live where I live, we have little water, but we've taken conservation of water to a high degree. We have a bunch of reservoirs for that very reason. California used to do that. Now they don't. Now they don't clear the underbrush, and it's just ended up with these massive fires every year because they don't do what they're supposed to. It's not a conspiracy.
No.
It's just them being
bad
stupid,
management.
like you said.
Yeah,
Bad
it's just idiots, rampant idiots.
Yeah, no, it is. And you, to be fair, you Mormons took a desert and turned it into a paradise. So good on
We
you.
even have a saying for that. make the desert bloom like a rose. That's what Brigham Young said, and we've tried our best. I mean, there are parts of Utah that are pretty damn desolate, but where we live, it's pretty nice here in the Wasatch
No,
Front.
you guys did a good job. You deserve all the credit in the world for that. So, but anyway, dumb California, dumb, bad California, bad. All right. Finland doesn't what? Finland doesn't exist. All right, you gotta read this one, Booster. Read this one.
Oh, that's just a fact.
One of the most bizarre conspiracies that I've run across in the theory that Finland does not actually exist. The concept behind this had me puzzled. I had to really struggle to believe that this theory gained any footing. The theory actually states that Russia and Sweden keep up the myth that Finland exists in order to allow Japan fishing rights in the water around the made-up country, and the fish are transported through Russia. The other part of this theory is that the UN have maps altered to keep people believing in the country. This conspiracy just made me shake my head in amazement. Some of my favorite bands are from Finland. So,
Yeah, Kimi
this would be
Räikkönen
weird.
is from Finland, right?
Mhm.
Badass guy. So I've never heard of this before. Where the hell did this come from, dude?
I haven't heard
What
of
the
this
hell
one.
is this?
I just don't know how you can believe an entire country does not exist.
I've actually had students of mine who have gone and done homestay exchange programs in Finland. This is a weird one. Jesus.
I've actually been to Finland, so
Well, there you
yeah.
go, dude. I don't know what
Apparently,
this is.
you were just taken to Sweden, and they're all like, "Okay, time to put on the Finland voice." He thinks
When
he's
you-
in Finland.
When you
They
arrived,
totally like
by
people in
Rod
Sweden
Sterling?
talk totally different from people in Finland. I mean, it's like
Exactly.
they
That's why they had to
sound
like
different.
change it depending on who's around.
I see. Grimlock, thumbs up, thumbs down.
This has got to
Grimlock.
be thumbs down.
It's got to be thumbs down. This is a dumb one, dude.
It's-
Booster, why'd you put this on the list?
You're in Japan. You've never heard of a fish
sorry,
shortage
God.
where you needed to.
Wow,
Why would Japan need to fish that sea when they're literally an island?
Well, the
What's going
Japanese
on?
do fish all over the world. They do have rights all over the world. That is true. But that's just Japan throwing money around as usual. Very dumb. Very dumb. Huh? NASA's blue.
Yeah.
NASA
that-
blue beam
Yeah,
theory.
this one's pretty cool, actually. Go ahead, Booster.
What is this?
This is a pretty cool one, actually.
Each theory I've read about makes me chuckle. But this one truly left me shaking my head. This multi-step conspiracy suggests that NASA will usher in the New World religion led by the Antichrist. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. This is one that has had a lot of thought put into it. The theory takes people through 4 steps, starting with engineered earthquakes and hoax that lead to the use of holograms to create a big show in the sky. This culminates with the use of artificial thought and communication. This convoluted and complicated conspiracy has many people convinced that NASA is out to lead us into the New World Order and to control the entire global population. Oh my God.
All right. Well, first of all, we have
They
another
don't
person.
really explain what's happening. Yeah.
No, they don't. This is another person who calls themselves a writer who didn't bother to do the research at all. It's
They lift like 2
infuriating.
lines and just say like, "I don't get it. I shook my head."
Now,
Usually it makes me chuckle. What do these lines mean? Just say what the fucking thing's about.
this is coming out of many, many years ago. This is not the Assange thing. This was stuff before. That big government leak that came out with just huge amounts of documentation that people focused more on a couple of things and forgot all the rest of it. In there, they had a bunch of government plans for control and all kind of weird stuff. This was in there. So it's an actual government project that they put money behind to look into doing of creating giant holograms using satellites to project into the atmosphere, which makes perfect scientific sense, by the way, since the atmosphere has so much water in it, especially higher up, to create illusion and control the population's opinion on things. It's an actual thing. It's not a hoax at all. Now, have they created it and implemented it? We don't know that, but we know it was a project that was funded. We know that.
Project for Satan.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, that is wicked devious, dude. That is.
Yeah.
You could project any kind of imagery you wanted, right?
Did you know that Nessa, when you add a T, is an anagram of Satan?
It is, and some people say that forked tongue that comes through the logo actually is representing a T. Yes, I know that.
Satan.
But anyway, what
Well,
do you
it's
guys?
really not as far fetched as you'd think, considering the founders of NASA were literal Nazis.
Yeah, no, they were Project Paperclip, right? Yeah.
Allegedly.
No,
No, literally.
definitely.
No,
Yeah.
allegedly.
But what do you guys think about this one? Because this is a legitimate government project. We don't know what happened with it, but we know that it was funded, research was going on, and it's a simple concept. Use satellites to project holographic imagery into the upper atmosphere to create, whatever they want. The returning of
just
God,
saying.
aliens, whatever.
There's a lot of weird evidence that 9/11 had used a lot of holographic projections. I'm just saying.
I was just about to say that.
I'm just saying, baby. That's a thing.
Yeah, we haven't taken a bite out of 9/11, really, have we? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
What do you think about this one, Slick? Oh, he's eating ribs again. How about you, Grimlock?
I'm doing something. Sorry.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit weird. But like Thundaro said, a lot of people believe the 9/11 holograms to pull it off. So maybe thumbs up, thumbs in the middle.
I say thumbs up because it's an actual project. It really was an actual thing, and it makes perfect scientific sense. It's not as far fetched as you think. This is not as hard to do as you would imagine.
Correct.
Because the atmosphere is the perfect medium to do this. Now they don't need to put a hologram of someone walking down the street in front of you. They don't need to do like that. You just have something high in the sky. It's not going to be super clear anyway. The hologram works perfectly for it.
Well, I mean, our atmosphere, our sky is basically a hologram. It's not what we see is not what's actually there. It's just what reflects off of the stuff that's up there into our eyes.
Yeah, especially
So it's really not hard to manipulate what's in the sky. You can see them do it all the time. If you ever watch a laser light show, same basic premise.
Oh yeah, no, that's one thing that China is kicking ass on is the hologram stuff. There's over in Hong Kong and in Dajang and stuff not Dajang. What's that damn city? Like Shanghai and stuff like that. You can pay a chunk of money and go sit down on the waterfront and watch these really really cool holographic shows, dude. They're pretty impressive. Yeah. Anyway, moving on now to number 19. Go ahead, Booster.
The government is tracking us with Pokemon Go.
I believe it.
I mean,
Yeah.
they don't need to. They just track your phone.
Yeah.
Do people not understand how cell phones work?
No,
Yeah.
we're done, boys.
Literally, a few years ago, one of the ways they busted up ISIS, a big chunk of ISIS, was they tracked their cell phones from a satellite and watched their movements till they found their base.
Yeah.
That's how they did it.
Yeah.
From a map, you could even see pictures of the map they used, the digital map they used to find them. So yeah, absolutely. Now, are they using Pokemon Go? No, they just use your phone signal.
Yeah,
That's
they don't
all
need. This is dumb. This is a thumbs down for sure.
Pokemon Go to the polls.
Oh god.
Yeah, definite thumbs down.
Yeah, because they don't need the Pokemon Go. They already have it on your cell phone. They tracking you completely. Everything you do, you're tracked.
Yeah, through your GPS.
Yeah, and even beyond that, Google has a death grip on the internet, and they track every damn thing you do. Why do you think when you do a search, or you even if you're on YouTube here and talking about something, and then you go and some recommend comes up, or something comes up in your search when you're looking for something, it's exactly what you were thinking of. It's because it is
It's like,
exactly
oh,
what you're
wow.
thinking of. Yeah.
It's pretty weird that I get an advert for that thing I was just talking about. I was interested in. Wow.
It freaks you out until you realize, well, you were thinking about it with your typing and stuff like that. So yeah, they track every damn thing you do. You are completely tracked, for sure. And if you're a paranoid person, you might be like them anonymous folks and shadow yourself in everything you do. I don't do that though.
It's the QAnon.
It is QAnon. Yeah, now, QAnon is interesting.
QAnon wants my foreskin. Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's get away from this. Now this one I thought was outrageous. Go ahead.
Was it the Titanic that sank? Oh,
Ooh. This
oh,
is not the one I
oh.
was thinking of. I was thinking about Titanic was planned. But go ahead and read this one, Booster. Let's see what this is.
Where's it going? I was initially looking at conspiracies that the ship was deliberately sunk due to the opposition of the Federal Reserve by several passengers. This is a very interesting theory, but I found one that really made me scratch my head. Oh, this is so. Oh,
It's
these
poorly
lines piss me
written.
off.
Yeah.
I have found several sites that talk about a theory that it wasn't the Titanic that sank, but rather the Olympic. Both ships were built by the same company and were practically identical in appearance. The Olympic had been involved in a crash that was found to be the fault of the White Star Company. Due to the lawsuit, there is a theory that the Olympic was switched out with the Titanic and wrecked for the insurance money. I'm not sure that there was enough evidence either way, but it is an interesting theory to investigate.
hmm
Is it? Is it interesting?
Well, they're trying to show pictures of the two and how they're different and stuff. I've never heard this theory before, but it is a little bit. It is kind of interesting, and it kind of ties in with this one. Another
Mhm.
Titanic theory. All of these men were aboard the Titanic. Now I know this one because um, these are very important people at the time, very powerful. And this is a theory that the Titanic was sunk on purpose. I don't need to read this idiot's writing. Yeah, this guy's not a good
Mhm.
writer. But
Yeah.
particularly Jacob Astor. Now you got to keep in mind, Jacob Astor was at the time the Bill Gates of that era. I mean, he was the richest, most powerful man on the planet. Now, where is the Astor fortune now? Where's their family? They own nothing. They're gone. They're completely wiped out, right?
Mhm.
And the Astors, of course, were in Newport, Rhode Island, was their main sanctuary, I guess. But one of the things, and they even mentioned it here, all these dudes were against the Federal Reserve. Now, you got to keep in mind that around this time, when they brought the Federal Reserve in and with it was the beginning of Social Security and all those other kind of things. This was highly contentious across the states. They never ratified this stuff. They gave us the IRS and taxes, by the way. It was never ratified by the states. Now, of course, don't try and not pay your taxes because they'll come to your door. But technically, it's illegal. It is technically illegal because it was not ratified. These very powerful men were standing against that because they saw the trouble that it would bring, and they all of them were on the same boat and mysteriously just died. It's an interesting theory. It is much more interesting than this one up above. What do you guys think about this? That they sank the Titanic intentionally to kill these two. I mean, these three guys, particularly Astor.
That'd be pretty middle.
I think there's a
That's
lot easier ways to get rid of some people than sinking a boat.
I
Mm.
would
it's an
think so.
interesting
Yeah.
way. They probably could have.
Especially
They
okay,
probably
we
could have
have to have this
assassinated them easily.
iceberg over here, and also the captain has to be freaking suicidal.
Well, no, I think they're saying that it wasn't an iceberg at all. Because we actually don't have any survivors of Titanic that saw an iceberg. That is true. They
Oh.
were we don't. Some of the crew told them that they hit an iceberg, but none of the survivors actually saw an iceberg, from what I understand. But I don't know. It's this is a much more interesting. This is probably the most interesting conspiracy theory we've seen so far, because it does make sense. And that whole thing that brought us the Federal Reserve Bank, which is complete nonsense, as well as the IRS, which led to other things later, it hurt us, man. Fiat currency, the thing we live under today, which is basically fake money, it all came out of that 100 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, hmm, hmm, hmm.
Hmm.
All right. Oh God.
Uh-oh. The World Bank, who really controls it? Nobody knows.
Well, we do know the Rothschilds through the Bilderberg Group control the World Bank.
Was I too subtle? What was it?
Yeah. But I mean, because this one once again, this person is putting things in a very strange way. But it is a conversation to be had because what we're living under Well, they've been working towards something for quite a while. Like we just mentioned, the Federal Reserve Bank being created. It's all part of this long-term plan. But in the 90s, you basically had these big banking consortiums in Europe, which is, there's about three of them, right? And they kind of had made a decision at that time. They were like, it would be a lot easier for us if we had one global currency, and they all decided they were going to work toward getting that. Now, some of those involved also said, it would be great if we had a one world government too. And even some of them, less of them, said, well, how about we just have one world religion? That would be easier to control the people. So that's where those three things come from with the new world order. But mainly, they were all agreeing that we really need to have one global currency. And they've been working toward this for a long time. And Obama was their last big push toward that. Keep in mind, Obama, the Clintons, they are a member of the Bilderberg Group. They are, right? We've seen them go into those meetings, right? And some of what's going on with Trump is coming out of the backlash to because he's a nationalist, right? He wants America to be what it used to be, and that's not what they want. They want America just to be eaters, just to feed, right? And just keep looping this system. But we've talked about that. Everybody here knows that. My question is this: do you think one global currency is actually a good idea?
Well, we basically already have that with the U.S. dollar.
In a way.
But no, I don't think it is at all. I think the reason we don't, the reason why communists are stupid, because they say we live under a capitalist system. There's nothing capitalistic about our system at all. For capitalism to exist, you have to have competing currencies. We don't have competing currencies in the United States. We have one, and it is a monopoly. And there is no other allowed. And if you try and make one, they will send agents to kill you. It's happened. So, no, I don't want a one world currency because
Are you
who's going
saying
to control those
I
strings?
should put a pause for the booster bucks, or?
Yeah, you
I
should.
wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh.
Yeah, Grimlock, you sound like you want to say something.
Yeah, I was thinking about Thundara. I love the idea that every communist socialist thinks that we're under some capitalistic tyranny. I'm like, you do realize that if we had a capitalistic society, we wouldn't have this much government involvement.
Yeah, right.
Correct.
Yeah, that's true. Free market
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, it's ridiculous to think that people wanting a government-controlled healthcare system is somehow gonna knock back capitalism. If you had a capitalistic healthcare system now, you'd probably have better rates.
No, sure. It shows you how inane they are, Grimlock, because if you with free market capitalism, true free market capitalism, which we do not have, but when it does happen, it's an amazing thing. That is socialistic, because the people and their choices demand what the capital is doing, right?
Correct.
It is the perfect socialistic answer, free market capitalism. And they're so dumb that they want to move to a completely isolated and controlled economics. That's not freedom.
Yeah.
It's insanity. But then again, communists are dumb and they don't read anything, and they think Smurfs are real. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you, but I mean, there's so many conspiracies around this. I just wish this writer wasn't so sucky.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's preposterous
Big sucky
to
moto.
pretend that the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and all those big families, the DuPonts, don't control the whole world's financial systems. They literally do, and they have for 100 years. Get out of here. Longer than that, in fact.
But we don't need to take the conspiracy theory into Satanism and all those kind of other things. They're just powerful banking consortiums. That's it.
Who like Satan? That's all.
Well, maybe, but I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with their intention, though. All they want to do is become more and more powerful. And it's not a conspiracy theory, right?
And
like, it doesn't have to be some ridiculous, like they're going to summon Shiva or they're going to summon the devil. No. Man has wanted power since man existed.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I agree. But that doesn't mean they're not dangerous, because they are.
Yeah.
But this next one is the most awesome thing ever. Go ahead, Booster.
Dinosaurs helped build the pyramids.
Damn right they did.
That should be
I
true.
could believe it. Absolutely, all the science suggests it. And again, with the writing, I wasn't familiar with this theory until I started researching. The thought that dinosaurs helped build the pyramids is a bizarre concept. No shit. I couldn't figure out where it came from. But then I saw that several scientists and archaeologists had found papyri, and stone pallets describing creatures of great stature that were used to carry supplies for the pyramids. Although I'm skeptical of this theory, I find it interesting that there are records showing large animals being tamed and used as a transport for materials that have become a part of these phenomenal monuments.
Wow. You can
Why
stop
does it
now.
sound like this writer? Why does it sound like this writer just got drunk one day and was watching the History Channel, and it was one of those alien documents? Just started a bunch of shit and wrote it.
Yeah, I think you hit on that. And keep in mind, this website is called The Clever. Keep that in mind. But yeah,
It's
this
making
is
me autistic.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. The thing is, they're talking to a person in me that knows exactly what they're talking about, because I've actually seen those things, and they actually have hieroglyphic. Well, I don't know if you call it hieroglyphics; they're drawings or carvings on the wall, and they show these great creatures of what is the word he used here? That great
Creatures
stature.
of stature.
Yeah, great
Yes.
stature. You know what those great stature creatures are? You want to guess?
Goblins.
Elephants.
Oh.
Yeah, we have carvings of them. Yeah. Whereas this person totally missed the opportunity because another thing they have in those carvings showing moving around and carrying large blocks of stone and various things are giants. Lots and lots and lots of carvings of giants.
That's the real conspiracy, is the giants.
Yeah. But talk about missing the boat, dude.
Well, the other problem is elephants at that time were bigger. A lot of them, like they were a larger species at the time still, when the pyramids were built or allegedly built. So they would look bigger even in carving. Like even if you were doing a rough carving, you would look bigger in scale. So yeah, this isn't even a conspiracy. This is just stupidity, to be honest.
It is. Well,
why would this need to be hidden if it were true?
I've seen papyri actually that have imagery of elephants dragging stuff being led by men who are taller than the elephants, and then smaller humans down around the leg size walking along with them. So yeah, you missed the boat on this one, brother. You missed the boat. So thumbs down. Ooh, Booster.
Back to the Future predictions. Twin Pines. Well, let me guess. That's to do with 9/11. Of course, it is.
Well, the reason people think that this one predicts 9/11 is because the 1:16 a.m. if you flip it over is 9/11.
Yeah. You have to really make those leaps. But then again, to be fair, I saw a video a person put together from movies and stuff, TV show, going back decades. And the clocks and so many numbers on walls were 9/11, 9/11, everywhere. There's literally hundreds of examples. It is freaky, dude. It is freaky.
It is weird.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with Fundara the other day, and I was saying that maybe the Twin Towers are showing it a lot of things as being destroyed is because it's similar to other disaster movies where you'd have like the Statue of Liberty or the Golden Gate Bridge or whatever being destroyed, right? It's because they're massive monuments that are shocking when they look destroyed, right? The same with the White House. I don't think it's a prediction. It's just constantly showing that thing. And once upon a time, the Twin Towers were a like a massive monument, right?
Yeah,
Until
sure they were.
Just kind of
I agree.
Being that.
I agree 100% with that, Booster. But that's true. But the 9/11 thing is creepy. It really
it is weird with some of the things you see.
Yeah, I mean, so many examples that I remember watching like a documentary on it. It was pretty.
I don't understand like why, if you're trying to pull off like the biggest, most evil freaking thing, why you'd leave little breadcrumbs all over the media. I don't get that. It's like, look, first we're going to destroy the Statue of Liberty, right? But I want you to do like 5 movies where they're destroying it in the movie before we do it actually. It's gonna blow people's fucking minds. It's gonna be wild, dude.
Yeah, no,
I
maybe. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
get it.
But it is a weird coincidence. It is a weird coincidence. But anyway, Grimlock, you have an opinion on this one?
That's one of the weirder ones.
It is bizarre. Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to do a lot of drugs to piece that together and make
Oh
that
yeah,
stick. Because
we have autism
I mean,
on
it's just
tap,
a lot of
brother. It's called 4chan.
it's just a lot of it just seems like a lot of happenstance. It's like, yes, it does happen a lot in the movies, but
There-
I don't think anybody would be prepared for that. Nobody would be prepared for that kind of attack, no matter how many times you've seen it in the movies. And 9/11 certainly proved that.
No. Well, I don't
Um,
necessarily think they're connected, but I mean, there is something to it because a lot of movie creators are constantly doing homage to other directors and movies that they like. It's a very standard thing in Hollywood. So I'm just kind of wondering where because clearly 9/11 on the clock has been used lots and lots of times. So there must be an homage to it to something, right? And it just coincidentally hooked up with 9/11. I think it's probably getting close to the truth. But anyway, that is a weird one. That one gets a thumbs up. That's an interesting.
It's so weird.
It is.
Mhm.
Now, of course, this one.
This is a classic.
Yeah, I even have it in the new intro for this show. Go ahead.
We didn't make it to the moon.
All right.
True.
Well,
All of it.
Slick, did we go to the moon or not? As far as the way they showed us we went to the moon. 69.
I mean, I know there's a lot of people that say it didn't happen, but that's possible. But we did make it to the moon.
Eventually we did. I think for sure we did. I just don't know if we did in 69.
Mhm.
I
Uh,
don't know. Go ahead, Booster.
Was the flag waving in this video?
It's often wavy-ish, and there's lots of other
Yeah.
things that people have. There's great documentaries on why it's a fake.
I
But
think someone's explained why the flag could wave on the moon, but I never understood. I never understood the arguments.
Yep, no, well, I understand. Well, what do you think, Grimlock?
That's one of the more interesting ones because there so many people have made the argument for and against it, and I know the flag waving has had documentaries devoted to it alone.
They have. It's not just
I'm more convinced of we made it to the moon. I'm just not sure it was done then.
Yeah, no, I
'Cause,
agree.
I mean,
yeah. But it's not just that; it's also a
it was
pictures,
highly
reflection.
politicized back then. I mean,
Well, because they
people
were trying to beat the
forget that it
Russians,
was
right? Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. It's this one's certainly up in the air for me. There's more than just the flag thing. It's footprints, some photograph that they had on the ground that he took a picture of, the actual landing and liftoff itself, tons and tons of stuff. You even had the MythBusters up there trying to prove whether it was real or not. So this is certainly a thing. I think we certainly have been to the moon. Although I'm not convinced we did it in that televised thing they put on in '69. And do keep in mind that Rumsfeld was part of the administration back then, and he openly admits that they did have a backup using what's the great director's name, Coppola, to create something so at least they could put it on air. So he even admits that they were prepared to do that. Donald Rumsfeld. So I don't know. Whatever. This one is this has been beaten to death. This is another good one here.
There is no moon.
Yeah. This one is kind of a little off base once again. The more interesting one is the moon is hollow. But have you guys seen those videos of the people who have been, videoing the moon, and it looks like it's a picture scrolling up and down? Stanley Kubrick. Thank you, Dave. Have you guys seen those videos?
Nope.
Yeah. They are interesting, but more interesting is the fact that the moon, when it gets hit, rings like a bell. That's interesting because that's real. It's real
That's
science.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Why is it doing that? And the only way it would do that is if it's hollow, right?
I find it interesting how you could think the moon isn't real. It seems like it take a hell of a lot of technology to make a fake moon, and for what reason? I don't know.
Yeah. Especially as we know the moon has effect on liquid, not only
Yes.
our rivers and oceans, but also the human body. So it's
Yeah.
kind of
Especially
dumb.
since we know that the moon has been depicted for thousands of years back to prehistoric
Yes.
ages.
That's right. Yeah. So this one is not the right choice. You should have chose the hollow one. But here's the thing, though.
Mm.
I've seen some good science on saying that all hard body planetoids, satellites, are hollow, including our own planet, by the way they form. Because here's the thing you might not have heard. We know there are several examples of the moon ringing like a bell. Did you know there's also examples of the Earth ringing like a bell too? hmm That's interesting.
Oh.
They don't talk about that one very much because it throws the whole theory of the molten core and all those kind of other sciences they throw around. Because if our Earth is hollow, then what's at the center of it, right? Then obviously there's something
It's
electromagnetic going on.
delicious nougat.
Maybe. Very good, Dave. Star Wars reference. That's no moon. Yes, very nice. Um, let's try to get through this. Hollow Earth, it's kind of the same
Yeah.
conversation. We talked about that a little bit. Nazi UFO bunkers. Once again, that's not really a conspiracy theory. We have actual photographs of Mercury-driven engine stuff from the Germans, so that's not even a conspiracy theory. This one. This one is one that Alex Jones loves. The fluoride mind control.
Fluoride mind control. What do you think
Well,
it is? It's a gay bomb, baby.
it is, but I mean, actually, this I don't know much about, but I do know about fluoride and the fact that it does create sterility or lower sperm count in men. And of course, the American and many other countries followed putting fluoride in the water because it helped with teeth and stuff like that. I think it's just they didn't know enough at the time, and they screwed up. And they've dropped our sperm count because of it. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I think it's just not knowing enough. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I could do it. Yeah, I
Wow,
could
they're
believe
all
it.
very quiet. Is they got cut off or something? I don't know.
It's possible.
Thundara's
It's
be
possible.
right back, and the other two are muted for some reason.
That's okay. I just want to kind of get through these until we find something interesting. The Beatles
The
never
Beatles
existed.
never existed.
All right, whatever. All right. The missing
The missing
cosmonaut. Ooh, what's this one? Go ahead and read this one.
Mm.
Read that one.
The basis of this theory is that Yuri Gagarin. What? I don't like that name.
Gagarin, dude. Gagarin. He's like a famous
Terrible
dude.
name.
Yeah.
Was not the first cosmonaut sent into space. There are many reports of lost cosmonauts that stem from the crashes that occurred during the Soviet space program. There are also reports by two amateur Italian radio operators. They reported hearing the sounds of a cosmonaut suffocating as his spacecraft faltered. Ugh. With the secrecy that surrounded Soviet scientific achievements and the failures at that time period, we may never know if cosmonauts gave their lives to push the envelope that led to the accomplishment of Yuri Gagarin and the Soviet Union.
Gagarin.
Gagarin.
Okay. Well, this isn't even a conspiracy
Lady
theory.
Gagarin.
Sure, the Germans lost people. I mean, the Russians lost people. Of course they did. We did. Mercury. The Mercury project, we lost people on the frickin' pad. There certainly people died to get us to space. This is not a conspiracy theory at all. HARP, climate control, mind control. This thing's been going on for a while. We should probably do a whole show on HARP, actually. Denver Airport is another one we could do a whole show on. RAND think tank. Float around New World Order. That's we kind of covered that already. Philadelphia experiment we already talked about. Radio controlled sharks.
Ugh.
Yeah. All right. And number one, the grand unified conspiracy theory, which is QAnon, right? Which we already talked
What is
about.
this?
Go ahead. You can read it. This is QAnon, right?
I have dug into the underbelly of our societies and dug up some of the craziest theories. To sum it all up, I chose this one. The grand unified conspiracy theory premise is very simple. It states that everything is a conspiracy, including the conspiracies themselves. This one little statement is so insidious, though. It leads to constant fear and uncertainty in anything we read or hear. It leads to mistrust when there isn't a need. Something so simple that can cause such damage leads me to shake my head and cringe. I have to laugh at some of them, but these theories are certainly capable of leading to hysteria and problems. Alright, so that's it, I guess.
Yeah. But
I
no,
feel like
this
go
is
into
kind
it
of the
more.
QAnon thing, right? Where
Yeah.
the entire map of conspiracy theories. But anyway, interesting. I thought that would be a fun way to just kind of look at it and kind of prep ourselves for what we want to do in the future. Let me come back over the other side here and stop sharing this because we're a little bit over time. But here's the thing. I want to do this show on Sunday night. I think it's a lot of fun. I want to come back and do it, but doing a whole show on just conspiracy theories is a little tough. Since we lost the FanSpeak show, kind of dropping it over here, talking about some interesting thing. Like today, we talked about heavy metal a little bit, and then also talking about some conspiracy theories and yada yada yada. I think is a lot of fun, a fun way to go. What do you think about it, Booster?
I think conspiracies are weird. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't really believe any of them, but there's always a part of me that can be like, I could believe it, whatever. But without hard evidence, I don't know. Most of them are just nuts.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go with that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the show today, and I certainly have. I think it's a lot of fun. We're back on Sundays, brothers. That's a lot of fun to come and sit and talk with you guys at the top of the week. And next week, I was thinking, other than talking about some other interesting stuff like we did today, the TFT segment, I was thinking we would talk about Afro nationalism.
Oh.
What do you
Oh
think about
no.
that?
Afro-national. What is that exactly?
The idea that Africans created everything from the beginning,
Oh,
white
I
men
see.
stole everything, and the future is black.
That sounds fun.
What do you think, Thunder? You want to do Afro nationalism or Afrocentrism, whatever you want to call it? Is he back? I don't know if he's back.
He's not back.
Slick and Grimlock are going off somewhere as well. But that's all right. We'll go
I'm
ahead.
here.
Oh, all right. Oh, you are. What do you think about that, Grimlock? Doing the seg. We're gonna do the fun stuff we did in the beginning too, but we're gonna keep a TFT segment every week. I was thinking about doing Afrocentrism next week.
Sounds cool.
Sounds
Sorry, I
cool.
must have gotten disconnected. I don't
That's
know
all
what
right.
happened.
You're back now. What do you think about
I
doing
was
the
listening. Afro nationalism, sure.
yeah for next
You know,
week's TFT?
just another form of racism and cultural appropriation. So
It's exactly what it is, of course. But I think it'd be fun. I think it's very topical. It'd be fun to talk about. And of course, I'm telling you up front so you could do a little bit of your own research. And of course, I'll research it. I'll have it all prepared. I'll have a slideshow as I usually do. But that's not going to be the whole show. I think having a whole show on conspiracy theories, we get off on tangents too much. So keeping it to a tighter segment and having the more open-ended talking about different stuff segment in the beginning, I think is fun. So we're going to do like that for a while until you guys yell at me and say, no, Chester, you suck, Chester. Stuff like that. All right.
No, Chester, you suck, Chester.
Yeah, Chester, you suck, Chester.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. What do you think about the doing Afrocentrism next week, Thundera?
Sounds good to me.
There you go. I'm on it, baby. It's going to be fun.
Kwame, y'all.
Yeah, we kings, y'all.
We
Aquave.
was
Oh, dude, I
kings,
gotta
in
definitely
fact.
bring a Black Hitler in. He'll
Oh,
definitely get a prominent bit.
classic.
Yeah,
Quabby y'all.
Aquave, y'all.
Classic.
Black Hitler.
He's an absolute dickhead. But anyway, we're out of here. Thank you guys all very much. Anybody have anything that they want to promote or shoot before we have? It's been a little while. We're gonna have. I think we're gonna have Booster Namaste. It's been a while.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're gonna have him do it. But anybody have anything they want to promote or talk about before we let Booster do that?
Nope, but I'm
Um,
bouncing. I will talk to you guys. Talk to you guys later.
All right, see you tomorrow,
okay,
dude.
bye, Thunder.
All right,
Yep.
later, guys.
We're getting very close to ending production on my book,
Good.
Literal Lethal. We're like really, really close. So I will give notice probably one of these days, in the last days if you want to get it before we close up shop. But yeah, just a few little minor polishes and then we're going to be done. So
Sweet.
yeah, there you
Good.
go.
Good to hear.
All right.
Good to hear, dude. Grimlock, thank you very much for coming on and joining us and giving your metal opinion. But of course, do keep in mind,
Oh yeah, it was fun.
I was right.
You're right.
Dude, how you
Chester's
disagree?
never wrong.
Dude,
Except
Iron Man,
when
it
he
was
is.
definitely punk in the beginning, dude. Come on now.
No.
Come on
no,
now.
No.
All right.
You listened to Killers and thought Killers was a punk album?
Dude, it had the lead singer, Paul, whatever his name, I never remember his last name. He's very punk, dude. Very punk. I thought.
Yeah, but that
Anyway,
doesn't make the band punk.
I disagree. But then again, there is no Maiden until Bruce Dickinson came in. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned. All
There's
right.
no Maiden without Steve Harris.
Oh, that's true. That is ultimately the truth. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Booster, Namaste is out of here.
Oh shit. I'm gonna inspirational quote. Fuck. Well, give me another go.
Namaste?
Inspirational
Namaste.
quotes. Namaste.
God, you suck, Booster. All right, guys. Thank you
God,
very
you
much.
suck, Booster.
Yes.
Kiss the 2020.
Namaste, indeed.
Namaste.
We'll see you guys tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about comic books as usual. See you then. Later.
Bye. Love you.
Goodbye, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, fuck off.